believe. So yeah, it'll be fun.
All right, thank you very much. I can't wait to see it.
Chat, let's go,
The
chat.
last time he played Sentinels, though, was in Stage 2 of Americas last year. NRG lost that match. That went on to be the same stage where I think a lot of the fans here will remember.
Chat, you guys ready for Sentinel versus Fnatic? Chat, jeez.
Yes, please.
It's gonna be a win. We're gonna win, chat. Sentinel's gonna win.
To get on another tier 1 team.
Hey, we'll take him. We'll love him. We'll give him the love. We've brought it back to a global stage. On the other side, funny enough, you're speaking about Crashies going now to EMEA. On the other side, we have Narrate. Didn't believe in. We believed in him. Put him in tier 1. We believed in him. Put him in tier 1. Funny enough,
Our chat almost done. Let's go.
that Narrate played on EMEA was against Fnatic, and they also lost. So it is also the redemption from both of the sides.
Oh,
Nobody
boy.
likes each other.
Yeah,
but they all
clearly,
do.
clearly. But you know what Fnatic does like? Bringing new ideas to the table because
They don't.
they were here. We saw some interesting stuff here. We saw
At least one new comp.
Yeah,
come on, you know.
That's news. That's big news.
Also, give me the ability to segue into that content, okay, Bea? Goodness gracious. No, I'm kidding, of course. But here's the thing, though. We did see some new ideas from this Fnatic team, which, to your point, Bea, is a thing that you don't see a lot from this Fnatic roster. But I think it goes to show how much they have grown over the course of time with this new team.
Exactly, and especially if we think about the fact that it was in Ascent, something that maybe we did not expect, and many teams, definitely RRQ, may have not predicted. Because in Lotus, this composition we've seen from them for a very, very long time. Staple, Sage, Fort Haven. Those compositions they've shown for a very, very long time. They created the mid around it. Many people followed after. But then the one on Ascent, bringing in the Chamber and the Vice.
Wait, what? Wait, what? Wait, what's the first map? Don't tell me is what is it called?
Really fruitful, though.
Is it
on the side of this map had such great work. I love the way that not only was he
What's
finding
it called?
on the lurks,
That
but
the
in a
new
lot of
map?
ways he was entering with
Forgot.
the team, setting up his TP gate.
Haven't played for a while.
And then walking into these sites and basically just being
Oh, Abyss.
encouraged
I hope
in the
it's not
first
Abyss.
half, continuing
That
to
map
fight
sucks
forward.
ass.
That continued into the second half of this match as well. It was a great map for
Wait, hold on.
Alpha.
Why am I asking, bro? I have, bro,
Earlier in
I
this
have
tournament,
VLR.
but stepped up big time when elimination was on the line.
And in
What's
many
the-
occasions, as you're saying,
what's the map?
he has not been showing up. On Haven,
Too
for example,
different?
we saw
Alright,
him
good.
with the ISO. He has a
It better not be like Abyss, bro.
performance that is off the charts. And it was not until Ascent when we saw him back in the chamber that I feel he was comfortable enough. The aggression that he was able to show, covering an A and putting all that pressure in the map, is if Alpha is having that kind of day, you better pray it doesn't happen until map 3.
Yesterday for Fnatic, when they played, that was for me showing that the veterans can step up to the guys who have been around for a while. Alpha,
If he does.
they
Alright,
both
chat.
really
I'm gonna go back to
good
muting
matches.
it now.
It was for the most part, you know, looking towards guys like Kayak, that rookie player in the early stages for Fnatic. Now everyone coming online in this lower bracket.
And then, of course, on the other side, though, you have Sentinels who, look, they had some great games here in Toronto, but that Paper X game, man, that split 13-3, Kukuka.
Oh, yeah, that Paper X game was terrible.
Sunset went down to the wire. It was still Paper X's game. They walk away with that 2-0. And you know, Sentinels had to be mad about that.
Absolutely, especially the way that this sunset ended with, was it John QT not being able to get that final kill, that sneaky defuse literally in his face, well, across the smoke. But yeah, maybe go on.
Sorry, I just saw that Jin kill again, and I could not stop myself from
Reacting.
bursting out because it was just crazy what Paper X was doing. This map 1 was an absolute slobber knocker. They destroyed them in this game, and Sentinels, they looked shocked, right? The players weren't trading for each other. No one was hitting their shots. They were completely out of that, and it's heartbreaking for them to come really close on Sunset to making that comeback happen, to getting back into that game. But for them, fortunately, it doesn't come through. Now this lower bracket and a really tough opponent.
But for Fnatic, now that we were seeing those maps, they've always loved to split. So for now, for today, it is a question mark if they're going to leave it open, showing what they showed yesterday in the phase that we saw when they played against PaperX.
Yeah, it's very true. But of course, you know, when you think about Split and who is going to be the players that will step up in those situations, got to always lean on the pride of New Jersey there, because you got Zekin, who could very well be the difference maker for this team, Mimi, as we saw him really perform in that PaperX game despite the loss.
Absolutely. Zekin has been really good in all of this tournament thus far for Sentinels, but in this game, he was one of the biggest reasons they nearly came back on Sunset, had some really impactful rounds, especially on that defensive side, still had the confidence up. And you reflect on this team's year and you look at their failure in Bangkok, Zekin was the one right after they got eliminated from that tournament, sitting down and having the hard conversations with the team, criticizing himself, the other players, the team, and really helping them to focus in on finding improvements for stage 1. They found those improvements, made it to the final against G2, made it close, and are now here again. He's more than just a young aimer, Bea.
And speaking about conversations, back when we were in Madrid, the conversation about the MVP was still not a thing. We were still not handing out the bracelets, but that bracelet would have been for second. So he has now a chance to enter the conversation if he survives today to become the MVP of Toronto.
Ain't that the truth? Well, earlier Yinsu had an opportunity to catch up with the captain of the squad.
All right, chat. Let's look at this chat. Let's hear this.
Be able to recover after a tough loss. I wanted to ask you, what is your role when it comes to the emotional and the mental comebacks of Sentinels?
Just making sure the team always believes that we can win, and bad days happen, which happened yesterday. And yeah, obviously not our first rodeo. We've been here before in Madrid and Champs. Kind of funny, it was against Fnatic 2 in Champs, and we had the better of them. So yeah, just making sure everyone is focused, motivated, and ready to make a run. Yeah.
Thank you for your time.
And you heard John mention that there. This guy took his team to a trophy in Madrid, and that was his first international appearance, and this guy managed to hoist the trophy over his head, Mimi. You know he's got what it takes to lead this team to the promised land.
That was his rookie year after failing to ascend with M80, got the big opportunity to play for SEN, to lead this team, and he led them out of the rut that was Sentinels 2023. That was probably the worst year for this organization, and now in his sophomore year as a leader, trying to beat Fnatic again and go on to try for another trophy.
And he also mentioned as well, Kukuka, which we covered in the beginning, that champs match as well. So John QT is very familiar with the pressure of these situations and quite familiar with the fact that he's got to play against Fnatic in the same situation.
Yeah, to me it's the turnover time. If you want to have a good match against either Sentinels or Fnatic, you would pressure that time, but you're not going to have it in this instance. Everything that you had prepared had to be ready already.
You absolutely do, but there's a great IGL on the other side. Boaster kept his team in that game after the brutal loss on map 2. They both proved to be strong mental leaders in this tournament.
Wait, is that Killjoy? RP?
With that rematch from Champs.
Both of these teams.
Wait, cosplaying as Killjoy?
For a trophy when
is that
all
Harbor?
Said and done. But what makes
why is
this
Harbor here?
even better is that it is a classic Americas versus EMEA clash. You love to see it. It's of course going to be a challenge no matter how you slice it, because on the one side you have a very game and prepared Fnatic that knows they have what it takes to go to the top, but on the other
Fnatic, you have Zekin, Sentinels.
Let's bring out your two teams and welcome Sentinels and Fnatic.
Wait, that looks cool, chat. That cosplay looks sick.
Fnatic versus Sentinels.
It's the last chance for EMEA versus the pride of the Americas. And it couldn't come down to two better teams in this situation.
Wait, chat, I need Sentinels to win, chat. Chat, I deadass need Sentinels to win. If Sentinels win, I'll be the happiest person alive.
They've lifted a trophy over their head, just like Fnatic have, so neither of these teams are shy from the spotlight.
And Fnatic have had such a resurgence.
Fnatic picked Sunset. We picked Ascent. Wait, no. We picked Sunset? They picked Ascent? Oh, boy.
Sentinels wants to run it again. And, of course, they've decided to ban that split after what happened yesterday against PaperX, Mimi.
It is interesting to see Fnatic picking
All right,
up
they
the
banned
Ascent.
Pearl
Ultimately,
and they banned
again,
Lotus.
they're
I'm happy.
almost always picking Haven, Icebox, or Split. Those are the
We
big
banned.
three, but a lot
Wait,
of those
we
maps are a
banned
crossover
Split
with the strength
and
of Sentinel,
Haven?
whereas their Ascent a little less tested. And Fnatic,
Okay,
of course,
sure.
this is the map where Alpha brought out the chamber and dominated Pacific's #1.
And I think that one of the reasons why they probably went for that Ascent is because I do not think they showed even 20% of what they have ready in that map, because we saw very repetitive rounds and
It
an
was a stop.
RRQ. Yeah, and an RRQ that had no response to dealing with the Vice, dealing with the chamber. So I think that that is what gave them confidence for today. And also, we were speaking about the time. No, the teams not having time. Preparing against something like that is very specific, and we need to look at the coaching staff for that.
Yeah, and really Coach Kaplan as well as Coach Milan have their work cut out for them. Let's also dial the time back to Champs, because let's not forget, Sunset was the battleground where these guys first played when they faced off against each other, Mimi, at Champions.
Oh, this is during when Tens was in the team.
In favor of the Sentinels, but that just goes to show you that this one really can fall either way.
It certainly can, and for the Sentinels here, I mean, they've always had a bit of a home ground on Sunset. Fnatic still trying to prove that map, show us what they have ready to go, if they can
Sorry, chat.
send there, then go into an Ascent. That is such a strong showing for them, going into a lower round 3 against G2 after the break.
Yeah, definitely the map that Sentinels have prepared the most, and probably why we see all of those pictures.
Chat,
there and all of
we're
those
about to win,
plays
chat.
is because
Watch this,
Sentinels
chat.
has chosen
Sen
this Sunset every single time that they have
Sentinels is gonna beat Fnatic.
We've spoken about Second, how he set up, how he runs across the map, and the man on your screen right now, Kayak, well, not Hoster, is going to face up one of the biggest challenges of his careers today.
Oh man, you can feel the energy in the air as well, Mimi. The fans are on their feet. Everyone's ready for this one because they know the stakes. Both of these teams thought that they would be contesting for a trophy right now when they faced off against each other. But here they are fighting, scrapping for a top 4 placement. And the pressure is on in a way that I don't think I've felt before at a VCT Global event for some reason. You feel it. It just, like the people, the anticipation's through the roof here.
It's there, but these are also two teams that feed off that energy. You've seen Zelsis, you've seen Boaster, probably this tournament's 2 best emotional leaders playing to this crowd here in Toronto, standing up, feeling that energy and channeling it to win. To
Sentinels! Hey, look!
Round after round,
She's a Filipina.
fan
Sure.
I spoke to, actually, it's split down the middle. Yeah, so who do you want? Fnatic, you want Sentinels. It's wild, Kukuka.
It's very difficult to choose.
How can
If
you?
you're a Valorant fan, you want both of the teams to make it through, but of course that cannot happen. There can only be one survivor today. Can Sentinels bounce back from that loss yesterday, or is it going to be just like Gen G and they're going to be defeated? I think that especially this first map, this Sunset, is going to have a lot of tells in the first 6 rounds. I think that the team who deals better with the nerves of the situation that they're in will succeed.
All right, well, Agent Select now. See what we get. Zekin, of course, is going to be rocking that neon there, and see what we end up getting for both teams as they look to lock this one in, Mimi.
Fnatic really does not play Sunset. Since
they
that game we talked about, where they lost to Sentinels back in Champions Seoul, the only time they played it was their loss to Gen G. This is very much uncomfortable territory for them, but with the map changes, being a team that permabans Pearl, they're going to have a good Sunset.
Yeah, coming into the tournament, having a permaban, being a team like Fnatic, but still having that downside of there's a place that we do not want to go in this Sunset that they've never liked. Now they're both combined together, right? You cannot ban both of them, and they had to be ready to face up Sunset. Again, the loss against Gen G, there were many painful things happening. First of all, they won both pistols, and they were unable to convert any of the other anti-ecos afterwards. So that allowed their opponent to get in their hairs, to get the confidence, and get snowballing way before them.
This is it, folks. Last match before we lock in our top 4. The pressure couldn't be higher. The audience, everyone in here, is losing their minds as they get ready for this game. You see everything all locked in and ready to go. And you gotta wonder, who wants it more? Toronto, who do you think wants it more? Do you think Sentinels want it more?
Sentinels.
Do you think Fnatic want it more? Oh boy, the crowd is ready for this one, folks. Let's do this. It's EMEA's last stand, so it's only fitting that we send it over to Pansy and Hypoc on the mic.
And look, I'm not above sending them home with a smile on my face. Mike, this is a tale of two titans in Toronto. A matter of survival now. We start on Sunset.
Yeah.
Where's your mind going?
Yeah, I don't want to say it's a little bit of a surprise. Obviously, I think Sentinels, no shocker there to lean into.
Yes,
but
absolutely.
To see this is really going to set the tone for this series. Again, everything on the line here. Elimination basically looming for both of these teams, and some concerning losses previously, the more so being that Gen G loss for Fnatic.
Oh, it is heavy weighted, right? There's a lot to be looked at here between the two. Anything about the composition standing out to you? Is it literally going to come down to who wants it more? I mean, GB was saying it, and I agree. This is one of those grudge matches where you've got to turn up on the day.
Any given Sunday,
Oh, Chad, it's starting. Hey, thanks for the alert. I appreciate it.
Some tweaks along the way,
All right, Chad, let's see who's going to win.
we should have an absolute banger to open
Okay,
the series.
so we have
Things for Fnatic set
one
up
lurking
outside
mid,
right now, and actually
and four of them
already
pushing
established
A.
right, actually,
We have
sides of
Bang,
Fnatic
and I'm pretty sure that's Zelsis
Yep.
holding A.
Already, Zelsis with an opportunity.
Oh, whoa, it's gonna hectic already.
Too much pressure and avoiding that
Ooh,
paranoia.
wait, booster's
Now a
low.
little bit more breathing room. Kayak would love to
Oh
squeeze
no,
that away
he gets
from
stunned.
him.
Nice,
Straight from Bang though. And again, that spike hesitant so far, but it's
nice,
further ahead.
nice, narrate.
Trying to
Oh no, unlucky.
looking for some more options.
Nice.
And Zekin's not allowing
Come on,
that
Zekin.
already. Denial in front of them, obvious. And
Nice.
off to the start they wanted.
Fnatic almost playing into that pinch there, a little desperate to try and recover. Just too much damage done on the way in. Seemingly finding the opener they needed, but it's Bang to really turn this back. Chronicle falling as well.
One enemy remaining.
We were just talking as well, Kayak, this is probably the biggest challenge he's faced so far. In terms of the head-to-head today, Zekin, one of the best. You cannot doubt that.
Nice.
Certainly all eyes towards him.
Yeah, and Zekin's proven it time and time again,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Tournament after tournament, he's always been exceptional. For Kayak, it's a impressive run. Speak of the man, and he'll show you why.
Ooh, nice, Zekin.
You're gonna feel that. And Zen don't want to allow Fnatic to get off even the starting blocks.
Slow down round two. Off the rip here. It's Alpha with a Sheriff though. He's the one that's probably going to look for a pick. Right, almost entertaining the idea. Actually the trade-off, Alpha down to 20 already. So going to keep that Sheriff in check for the time being.
Right here.
Taking.
Ooh, goes. Yeah, little off angle from Bang.
Down mid.
I've got to say for me as well, Bang is such an unsung hero of the Sentinels team. I mean, there's a lot of highlight players, right? There's a lot of personality to that Sentinels side, but Bang is always such a safe pair of hands, such a solid player. And Alpha, it's a nice shot. I need a whole lot more of those though. And it looks like Narrate would like to close his count down, and he does. Safety found for Sentinels in the first two. Rather unfazed thus far.
Yeah, it's pretty comfortable as well, carrying across 4 of the weapons here, recovery. Well, that's going to deter Fnatic initially.
Spike
Slow
down
things down
mid.
for their buy round.
One enemy
Certainly
remaining.
the upper hand for
Down
sure.
mid. I have the spike. Last player stand.
We're both looking like actually might settle for just a Guardian here. Don't expect him to be at the forefront of this buy round, but certainly get an indicator here for pace. A widespread default from Fnatic.
I like this.
Just
from
putting out the
Zekin, though.
feelers, yeah, Zekin on a deep angle here.
Yeah, it's a question mark of how long he holds it. Deciding against staying out for too long, but an initial show of force. You can see a little bit of a deeper exploration over towards that A side as well, putting up that one-way smoke, controlling this space. Zekin still with this line.
Ooh,
No
nice
light
shot, that
shields
crash.
on the other side, so it won't have that same validity, but it can certainly do some
Ooh,
good shit.
so close.
Kayak could be feeling the brunt of that down to 10, and that's an early big bit of damage.
Now Fnatic looking to put things in motion. The other extremity here, Bang will be called upon. Well, actually just shouldering the ankle there, knife out. Lucky to get away with no damage actually. Already bodies in the right place for Sentinels, and 45 seconds left on the clock. I think now Fnatic going to try and put something in motion towards B to once again pull that rotation.
But you got to look towards the mini-map. Look how deep they're sitting on this. A couple of players maybe just keeping an eye on if you kind of want to put Bang into the equation. But for Sentinels, they're not giving Fnatic opening chances. They're not allowing them these picks. Even Zekken, who did have that deeper line initially towards B, slipped back towards Pillar. Again, playing these deeper angles, and Kayak. Oh, banging shot though, barely alive, and he lands. It's that second removed. Zelts is then going to try and find some timing. 14 seconds of Fnatic looking for the plant. Alpha gets it done. Zelts is maintaining the space, but the rotations are coming in.
Be careful here. Actually, could get overwhelmed towards CT, but actually, the stun comes through. Kayak, he's going to find another one.
That's 10 HP. He's found two. Finally caught on the heels by Bang. But you're looking for Boaster now to pick up the slack. Already slipped ahead is Bang. Again,
Ooh, nice Bang.
2 kills for him. 3v3 in the post plant.
Now looking for Fnatic to try and find some sort of answer. Can't get locked out of sight here.
Ooh, nice Celsius.
An Alpha, an unknown position, but now given away. But Celsius!
Woo!
It's dreamy from him. You know he's standing up. You know he's reminding them of who they are on this server. That retake, really special stuff here. Kayak though, heroics with 10 HP, but instantly
insane.
It back in off the back of Bang.
Enemy remaining.
Notion as well, the HP just makes Fnatic a little cautious to continue pressuring towards CT.
Ooh, frustration on Boaster.
Yeah, I mean, a little bit of a fumble here on the bonus, but all credit due to Sentinels to convert.
I'm out of here.
Minimal investment here, a Guardian, a couple of Sheriffs, some Stingers. It's only the Neural Theft available for Fnatic. It's not much to pull into round 4 here.
No, and this it feels rather similar, doesn't it, to almost that second round. Second over towards
Very tempered early rounds here from Fnatic. We want to get a feel for some of the setups here, but not necessarily any variations so far from Sentinels, so...
Okay, small... Oh!
So
God
snappy.
Damn, that was quick. And Zelts is not feeling particularly pressured. He can just cycle those one-ways still. He knows that market pressure is now a little bit less deadly, but okay, these shots are hitting a while.
Oh! Oh! Nice. Oh, Sentinel is so good.
Not a sentence I expected to be saying yet, but they don't look phased at all.
Coasting through these early rounds, Lauren. Fnatic probably need to get a grip on things pretty early on.
Timeout,
I was going to say, wouldn't be surprised to see an early timeout here.
Oh.
And haven't really forced any sort of adjustments from Sentinels just yet. Zekken happy to stand his ground.
Let's go.
Yeah, we'll see a timeout here. Early pump of the brakes from Fnatic.
They look cold, Mike. It feels like they're, you know, not getting much say in the way these rounds go. We've seen how deep Sentinels are sitting, making them really play to try and get into these sites, trying to take that market control that's not working.
Chat.
I mean,
Sentinel is going crazy. That round was way too quick. Oh, sorry. Actually, sorry. I don't read your chat because I don't have the I don't have like the reading thing on. But yeah, this is a tournament, right? So what ended up happening is in these tournaments, there's a lot of rounds that goes really fast. By the way, I don't know if stay here, but there are some rounds that goes really fast. There's some rounds that goes really slow. It depends on how you play it and how good you are at this game.
Trying to exploit such a thing, but towards the minimap here, it's pretty much carbon copy once more for Sentinels. Fnatic lead towards a set piece early on here. Said early, slow default. Not really achieving much. Like I said, these are the fact finders. If you lose them, you come away with something to work upon, but walked into the similar setups on repeat so far.
Yeah, need to find a solution quick. If we want a bit of a game here, really. Yeah, a couple ults nearby. Kayak's not too far off. Neither is Crashies. So Kayak off to a quick beginning, but the stall instantly comes out. Prowler to follow, so they know that they've still got that nice line over from elbow. Kayak has done well on his entries, but it's a tough endeavor, and Bang's been so cold with holding this as well, just shouldering it before in those earlier rounds.
Might even be a re-clearance here.
Ooh, okay, let's see. So we have Fnatic doing a 2 push A, 1 push one push B, 2 mid. There's 3A, 1 mid, 1 B. I mean, because of Cypher, we can easily hold it. And because we have Zekken holding the trip, made it easier for ADC. Whoever walks up is much easier.
Prolific as each other in that regard. And already a good read here. Look at the rotation coming in. You're going to start seeing John QT head over to the right side, catching towards top middle. Joined by Narrate. They've got a good beat on what Fnatic want to do, but this slow, steady pace isn't catching anyone off guard yet.
Well, yeah, I mean, almost tailor-made to force Zekken a little deeper here with that paranoia.
Still have to give away the game if they want to close down towards him, though. And there it is.
Ooh, that's good. Unlucky.
Yeah, that was basically all building towards it. Now at 25 seconds, overwhelmed. Zelsis goes down. They fought for that top middle control.
So we're just holding, no?
Won it out. That was a very procedural round almost from Fnatic. These final 3 players, it's tough to come back into this.
Especially with such deep control from Alpha. So obviously boasted to complement that as well. Still a way back in here if they can win a couple of these gunfights.
Let's see. Hopefully they win this one.
Sentinels in mid. So got to pick up the pace now if they want to make a go at this. They're probably just going to look for exits on the other side. Doesn't feel good to walk into market there.
No, we could obviously see how many were waiting if they did decide to go for it. But for once, it does feel like that kind of isolation of Zekken worked out, right, Mike? He had to sit deep CT, and then you had pressure top middle.
That's it, bro.
Still doesn't feel great. Zekken can then sit on a deeper angle.
What the fuck?
Such a big win
I got warning. I got a warning that our map has like
opportunity after the paranoia is posted unless
doing some illegal or something. What the fuck? It says weapon making, bomb making, drug. What?
A guarantee.
Who said that?
Fnatic on the board regardless.
Bro, I got banned for like 2 seconds and then I reactivated my account.
So really
what the fuck happened?
The deal on this round.
Nice, boys. Really good round.
I don't know what happened.
Yeah, I mean, even now, that doesn't look overly happily about it.
No, I mean, we saw frustration early, and that's not something you're used to seeing with Boaster. He's very, very calm normally, if not always leaning towards a positive. But let's see how this looks. A little bit of an answer back for SEN's 4 rounds now. Kayak with ult, Crashies with it online too. Contact off the Prowler, and Bang getting curious. Flash in, swing! It's stunning from Bang. Answer found by Kron, though, takes away Narrate, who's meant to be that support system. But John QT caught on the back, away from that. He leant forward, it looked like to try and support what Bang was doing, but as it stands, they've given over the man advantage now.
No commitment
What
just
the
yet.
hell
Trying
happened?
to pick up maybe somebody in rotation. Only really Zelsis on the chopping block for that. See, Alpha still has a cam here, but he's not spotted. Zelsis has got ahead of it.
Oh my.
What is happening, chat?
Welcome to live events. See if you can figure it out. Around we go, completely unawares. And Zelsis is going to clear this. Zekken, he's got the operator. He's been quick so far, but he's got a lot of pressure now coming his way. Decides against it.
Okay.
3v4.
Ooh, nice Zekken.
Spike now spotted, holding his space towards CT. Support's coming in.
So chat, I'm trying to distract myself so like I don't yawn to get tired while watching this.
Do they fight forward?
Still a trip actually.
Why is Zekken? Wait, why is Zelsis not in? Oh.
This is pressure now on 2 sides.
I should know. Okay, now they know. Nice bang.
Get that? Maybe a buff to smoke. I don't know. But Alpha with an
Oh, what? What was that?
Going to Fnatic's way, but bloody hell, that felt close.
I mean, the shift walk out as well into Zekken's sideline. Still some question marks on this side of the map, for sure, but
and this
luckily,
is classic Tron, right?
Yeah, oh yeah. Happy to stand his ground here. As over the top of the smoke. It looked like it might have just come straight through. Chronicle delivering here. Maybe a swing round for Fnatic. So retrieval of the operator as well. Alpha actually going to pick it up himself. With how slow these early rounds have been, actually potential for maybe in a mid-round to pick up a Zelsis creeping elsewhere and find a pick off the back of it.
And again, for someone like Chronicle, those 4 were his first 4. But you need that, right? You need your backbone, that spine to the roster.
Much deeper ahead of this poison orb now.
I love this diligence
Bang.
from Fnatic. They're feeling that there's variety to this and there would be adaptation.
Sentinels have shown that they want to re-clear this and fight for this space actively, so No
Careful,
surprise to see
Bang.
Fnatic sitting back.
Look at these positions from SEN though. Are they going to go for a re-clear in middle or a challenge on this? Look how actively they're playing. Oh,
Wait.
this is super deadly. And that's 2 players spotted.
Oh,
Stun gonna come in.
stunned.
Crashies might be
Oh!
screwed here. Forced
Ah,
into
so
one. He's still fighting,
close.
plays his life. This is so tense.
Even the aftershock just doesn't force onto a deep enough line. Even with Zekken peeling away from that. Again, 40 seconds on the clock.
Third darts. Wait, they're all pushing A now. They're covering and pushing A.
But John QT, not sure the cooldown there on the fault line will be able to apply some pressure here.
30 seconds left.
Yeah, we've got Narrate, Bang. You've still got a lot of util on Narrate. Same with Bang as well.
Oh.
Paranoia. Now the pressure. Narrate can't
Aw,
stand it too
NT.
much. He's got just the dark to turn his eyes. Bang now leans in.
Nice one,
It's
Kel.
good for one, but
Ah,
not
only
enough to
one?
follow. John QT
Oh,
on
good
rotate.
trade,
CT
John.
does it for now. Plant needed.
Nah. No, wait. Ain't no way. Bro just killed his team. Bro fumbled it around. Bro fumbled.
I mean, Kayak was down to just 10 HP. You see he's desperate to get out of the way of it.
Oh, you can see it's gutting for him too.
Absolute heartbreak because it's not recoverable at that point.
No, that's spike gone. That was it. Oh, God. And if you're saying you're grinning, right? You're like, cool, nice one, appreciate that. No plant to worry about, perfect. But God, for Fnatic, that is going to be devastating.
Certainly a tilt.
Bro's inting. Wait, I actually want to see what the chat say.
Operator back in.
Crashes?
Zekken as
Yeah,
well.
there you
So
go.
he's gone deeper towards
So aggro, yeah. I mean, they've been given a little bit of freedom on the side of
100 chat.
Sentinels
I'll do it later.
towards this side of the map. Zels is walking mid previously, getting ahead of that camera.
That's enough for him.
Definitely, yeah.
Don't think that jump spot saw it either. Careful now, that's attack. Didn't get the
and
kill, but now Zelsis raised
almost
himself.
second,
He knows that
almost.
pressure could be coming through market, but top middle.
Nice
There's no
narrate.
place to be worried about. Kron slips the net, but already
Ooh,
so
good
long.
trade second.
With it, Narrate.
Nice, another one narrate.
Stunning. But
Almost
still,
another
with the HP, Kayak down on 20. Boaster 30. They are low in this.
Walking wounded. 50 HP between them. Bang, nearly.
This is dangerous,
backside of
chat. This is actually just dangerous right now.
Player is so well timed.
Give me
and
your
the
corpse.
all-mic.
Might be able to get a plant away, but certainly not going to be comfortable regardless where Fnatic. But Zekken can close the gap so damn quickly.
And again, you've still got that paranoia. Primed with Bang, there he goes, and that's gonna catch! Just a shot through the smoke, and Zels is gonna catch Boaster. Now Kayak has to do, oh, Christ! I was gonna say miracles, and he almost did it.
Good for the
Damn,
first, but
good job, Sentinel.
Sentinels standing tall here. Nearly fell off my chair.
Look, if he'd hit another, I think I'd have done the same. But as it stands, I'm going to be honest, by all accounts, this has been Sentinels not looking too uncomfortable. It feels like they've got a good concept and a good read on what Fnatic are trying to achieve. They're handling the mid-pressure well. It feels like there's not enough layers to really pressure Sentinels. Second has been finding the spacing, great to be able to fall back.
Come on.
Sitting towards CT, that market presence, okay. Zelsis learning on the fly, slipping a little deeper, giving up. I haven't felt like Fnatic looked that deadly yet.
No, there's been a lack of pressure, really. Outside of Fnatic, like I said.
Oh my god, bro.
Seemingly a lot of freedom for Sentinels on the B side of the map. And towards mid as well. First real switch up here is Zelsis over towards A.
This worries me. Just thought he was hands off keyboard for a second in the camera, so I was like, oh god, it's all good.
Do not speak it into existence.
That's all
A
I
lesser
have.
purchase here. 2 rifles on the side of Fnatic.
Trips on the side though, they don't know about this Zelsis. Again, maybe a good counter to Kayak's ult, maybe just be aware of what they'd want to be doing, but Bang needs to live. He's about to be overrun, he can't handle that. This is
Ooh,
too much.
no
Goes
Bang.
Straight up towards that top mid side. Now a chance for Zelsis. That's a spam, can't get the connect he want, and has to back away.
Oh, so lucky to get out of that. Able to break the sight lines here, even though it's tagged by the drone. Plant comes through. Probably the most comfortable post-plant we've seen here from Fnatic.
Does Narrate go for the ult?
Certainly now with the
deep.
hit.
Ooh, good
Yeah, really deep
ult.
hit from Kron as well. That's just gonna, I mean, that really cuts off CT. You can't even be considering it at that point, but then it funnels you forward. Already look at the 2 players, Boaster and Kayak on site.
I mean, no
Eyes on that. That's
no,
wraps.
No shock to see Sentinels giving this one up. Do not fancy their chances. Obviously holding to the operator.
Alright, chat. Let's see what happens here. Yeah, Bang who's dead. We do have Kajak who's...
Ultimates to bring into next, only really the TP for Boaster.
Probably saving, huh? Yeah.
Almost having both initiator ultimates on the side of Sentinels.
Here it is, the one kill that pretty much secured the entire round. Like doing that, and then you throw in the pit on top from Con. That's pretty much checkmate. You don't want to be going back into it. Yes, I guess you could argue they did have Narrate ult if they fancied it, but still, it was too
dice, really,
it just felt like too much of a risk to go for it. So for Fnatic, a bit of stability found, but this slow and steady pace, certainly not setting my world on fire, but it has got them 3. Now, to continue forward would be fantastic. What's the adjustment here? What's the way they want to keep playing this? Because eventually SEN will figure out the tempo. And that was off the back of that ult from Kayak.
So previously, only 4 rounds found by Fnatic versus Gen G. So maybe that's why they're a little hesitant here. Try and draw some of these rounds out. Yeah, I mean, it's
look at this.
Certainly not what you want to rely on. This doesn't really scream confidence to you.
No, it doesn't.
Like I said, this sunset really sets the tone. Scanning ahead.
Bang has been on the money. He's the only one dedicated towards site. Narrates actually managed to make it back over somewhat in time. Still behind the smoke, but another one placed down from Bang. Consideration to play it forward. Great connection on the ult as well. And Bang's position does get considered, but you still can't kill
Ooh,
him.
nice kill, Bang.
No trade there for Kron.
Nice narrate. Nice, another one, Bang.
Takes down Kron, and it is just
nice narrate. Let's go.
The concern being this is the first time Fnatic have stacked up and looked for a set piece towards either side, to be honest with you. And it gets absolutely dismantled by Sentinels. Bang again, just always good for 2, it seems, in situations like this.
Again, Bang probably won't ever be in your highlight reels, right? 2 safe kills there, but
sheesh.
The value he's bringing is second to none. He's top of the board currently, but as said, safety kills. Even the coaching staff looking a little frustrated at the tempo. Kaplan there just, hey, it's all going well. They're 7-3. Nothing's really phased them yet. It hasn't pushed them out of their comfort zone. And it feels rinse and repeat now.
Scrambled purchase once more from Fnatic. It's going to make round 12 pretty awkward for them.
Oh, three players dedicated towards B this time. I don't know if it's a read into this. Cool, that is good info on that.
Another adjustment here on Zelsis' utility, at least. And actually, finally, isolating Bang. It's been a problem.
But I like that Narrate's noted the players coming through top middle. He's pretty much going to be gift the try and do what you can. We can't help you yet. They've sliced right up the guts here, Fnatic. Almost doing a little bit of a fake out Alpha.
On the fadeaway.
Okay.
Damn.
Second, you got a 1v5. No, you don't!
Wow.
Alpha, you absolute nutcase.
How do we lose that again, chat?
Just like that,
because I thought, because that round looked pretty good after a while, so I don't know how we lost that.
Towards top mid. And the spike and them was a great read from Sentinels. To try and, I guess, mitigate the risk on the back of this wall.
It was all timings, huh?
This time around, the isolation
it was all about the timings.
It looked even more ridiculous the second time after that kill from Alpha.
And you're going to need to see that, Alpha. If Ascent's in the map pool, you're going to need to see him firing, right? But 7-4, okay. It's not a complete shutout here. Fnatic have found enough rounds to build forward. Now, again, similar scenes to that last round here.
Well, Fnatic feel as if they have found something to work upon.
I mean, they're drawing the rotation towards top middle, right? You can't leave it open. Narrate has to react. John QT has to be present. This time, Narrate very present. Down to 20, but he's done his job in this. They want to try and get some pressure through Market, and Alpha disrespecting the util felt like a desperation play almost.
Sure. Now
then look how deep they are, Mike.
I was going to say, Boaster tasked now with making something of nothing, to be honest with you. Just as
not like that.
Zelsis, who would find the wallbang. Now down to Chronicle and Crashies. A 2v5 to try and convert here into a 7-5 half. a tall order.
It certainly is, and I have to credit the discipline from Sentinels, because the tempo and pacing from Fnatic, which has been discussed, is very slow. It is very cautious, but Kron
30
got
seconds
them
left.
4 before. Need more this time around. Does have crashies there. One
C
shot
wants to
dart.
make something
Oh wait,
happen here.
did we just let them
At
plant
least a kill,
for
right?
free?
That's the long and short of it. You have to at least get a kill to make this possible, and ideally be able to back away. They may not expect him so close by, but the horn will do the job. Nice
Oh,
work.
nice train.
Instantaneous. Sentinels playing the numbers game very well. Crashies can't do enough. Sentinels looking very in control, Mike. This has not been a problem.
No, I think Fnatic adopt a game plan here to try and slow things down and make Sentinels sweat a little bit.
Pause.
But like I said, coasting through a lot of these rounds.
Yeah, gonna need to see a little bit more fire under Fnatic for my flavor in this. I don't love this tempo from them. I want to see them come out swinging. The Sen look all too comfortable.
Sentinel might actually end up winning, chat. I don't know. Like, Fnatic looks kind of lost. Fnatic genuinely looks lost, chat. Wait, can I hide sidebar? There you go. I'm gonna remove that. Chat, I'm moving out soon, chat. So currently still waiting for some paper to do, dude. And then once that does happen, we're gonna be living great. Trust, chat. We will have better streams. I'll be living on my own floor, so I could probably start screaming. And I do want it to add a door, just because I don't know. I might ask my parents if they could add a door, just because I don't want them to like hear me scream or some shit, you know, chat. Like, I don't want to do that. So I don't know, chat. I gotta see on how they do it. But yeah, again though, because I'll be downstairs, they probably won't even be able to hear me in the first place. Game is back, chat.
From that G2 Gen G game just
Sure,
now.
yeah.
But 4 rounds is manageable with a pistol. But Mike, how do we see this one going down so far? Because I don't know how I feel about this yet.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just not sold on Fnatic's approach once again here. We saw versus Gen G, I think, what, 4, maybe 5 rounds in that first half, decided by the clock, or looking towards saving rifles, and it's just not convincing enough for me. That heartbreaking to see the first time they stack up and go for a pacey set piece. It's, like I said, Sentinels barely broke a sweat.
You can obviously see the Coinbase econ report there on the screens. It's really a bit of a one-sided affair, but the vast majority of SEN on the money. I mean, John QT able to get there in time, everyone else doing their job. I just need to see more here. Now, Sentinels 8-4 is a respectable scoreline. I think they'll be happy enough with that. Like, you walk away with that. You've done the job that was required. Now, their attacking side left me wanting a little bit as well. But I don't think I'm going to have the same quandary as I do with Fnatic's attack.
No, I mean, because that second half versus Gen G was kind of blinking and missing. It was over very quickly, which is, again, you always aim towards a 6-6 for sure, but just, I mean, it didn't even really feel like an 8-4 half, to be honest with you. Fnatic to come away with as many as they did. Can they build upon that now?
Oh, that's half.
Yeah,
damn, that was quick.
Pace here coming out. Second fast towards elbow, clearing on through. Paranoia late, actually.
Chat, I need Sentinels to win.
Look, but he sees nothing. Very late presence coming out from back for second. Straight on the side.
Oh my god.
Good denial. Takes a whoa! Takes a second. Get out of there. Ozzy found 2. Guy comes back around, but we're in a 3v2 now.
Oh, nice Zelsa's and nice trade. Ooh, nice. Ooh. Amazing. That's crazy. Fnatic was gonna win that. I don't know how they lost.
Boaster, 2 fantastic kills that stun on the first, actually, to find Zekken with a right click, but then doubling down under so much pressure. But Narrate really stretching his legs.
Insane. Amazing.
Gorgeous from the right. Yeah, I'm with you on that
Yeah.
one. That was something quite special there. And a mid-walk from Fnatic wanting to take the fight to Sentinels. You're on the defending side now, guys. You could have chilled out. But Nareka to pick up where he left
Nareka got a pick. Nice.
Sort of fatality,
Oh, timing. Wait, what is it? Oh, nice. Good trade.
What is going on, Mike? Are we in deathmatch?
Deathmatch.
Fnatic
Seems like it.
now looking to play a little more aggressively, taking the fight to Sentinels as you would have wished in the first half.
Oh God.
Poster put a classic in his hands and he's
No,
shining
no
right
more,
now.
right? You're not going to do...
Besting Zekken twice now.
That's ridiculous. Hello. Hello, speed up.
Whoa.
Deltas clears him. No more naughtiness for that. To Crashies, who's lingering around middle, maybe able to see if he can get maybe something to
Just say,
fight
yeah,
in
can he
with.
recover anything?
'Cause they've still got the main weaponry. You're looking at it, right? The two Bulldogs are still there. It's one Stinger that's gone down. And Zelsis.
Nice, Zelsis.
And Crashies knife out ain't gonna do it. 10 discovered for Sen. And I like Fnatic trying something here. You might as well in a round like
Absolutely,
this.
yeah. So it really comes down to this buy round now. You've got to see them get on the board here.
Yeah.
Too late.
Be 11 and a broken purchase once more.
Okay. Nice, boys. Come on, let's go.
Stripping away any comfort the Fnatic have even attempted to find. I haven't found it, to be honest with you.
Yeah. I've got to say as well, the part being in my mind, this hasn't just been the Zekken show, right? It's everyone else stepping up here. Your Narrate having a great show, Bang being on the money, Zelsis as well, everyone else doing their jobs. They haven't really needed Zekken to be the all singing, all dancing. But now on the attack, obviously with the Neon, this is where we could see him kick it up a gear.
And on the attack, to have a round 3 initiator ultimate is huge for Sentinels.
Chat,
Where do they fancy
we are
doing that? Got
clearing these
time.
these
Pressure on
frauds.
Fnatic in this regard, right? They have to stay on
We're
their toes.
clearing
They
these
can't afford to
frauds.
drop the ball. That pistol
Get them
round
out of
is
here.
everything. They've
Go
got
home.
Right there, that could have changed the outcome potentially, but he's still slipping through middle.
It's a very, very secure setup here for Fnatic, though.
Yeah, all that info off of the back
Alpha's
of
gotta be
Cardiac.
careful.
Yeah, great paranoia, but still alive is Sen. Narrate gonna take down Alpha, and they have to back away. There goes that ult we were talking about. Value, yes, and Sen looking for the site.
Ooh, nice bang.
Poster on Kron, devastated.
Crashes down to 11 HP. Fnatic have to give this up now.
There's no way back in. The flank irrelevant.
planted.
This is unreal. Sen looks so comfortable here.
Fnatic look a little lost, to be honest with you.
They do. And have we seen timeouts yet?
See just the one from Fnatic very early on.
Love to see another.
But they set up here. It was both
That's
Monopoly and
crazy.
Alpha, but Alpha's posted up.
Why is bro catching strays?
With his utility. Again, maybe a lack of information, but Crashes has already kind of figured out they drifted back into mid because that, well, not contact found, but damage trade
yes.
It's really bizarre to see that. Unfortunate set of events. Kayak now, maybe actually, on the chopping block here.
A little bit dangerous for him.
Oh, actually, a cheeky smoke as well. 5 alive.
Yep.
2 rifles maintained here for Fnatic, but a long road back in, and that, I mean, the only saving grace being that they've held onto 2 of those rifles because the money, it's disgusting.
Yeah.
Disgusting.
Now, but,
Wow.
but again, in that situation, if you're there, you have to commit towards the kill. You back up, you're dead regardless. But with the reveal through the near side, just can't find Zekken. Painting a silhouette around him.
All right. It's kind of crunch time, right? It feels like we've gone here with a bit of a whimper from Fnatic. It hasn't been the show we wanted yet. Sentinels just striding through the map. Zekken looking for the space, going to work off the back of the paranoia. Going to be punished.
Ooh.
Nice, set into motion there. Zekken goes
NT
down, and maybe still a
Zekken.
chance
Unlucky.
to get some control in this one. Oh, that's lovely. Kayak just a shot through the smoke. He'll take that every day of the week.
Now backing away, conceding this space.
There.
Early win out here, can just play towards trades on site if Sentinels commit, but see now Crashy's exploring. Zelsis has potentially some ideas at threading the needle here in this Fnatic setup.
Hi, Nolan.
Yeah, still guarding it.
He hasn't had a great series yet, or at least map yet here. So, again, Zelsis has been on the money. That's a shoulder, and that's a stun. Didn't quite connect, but the shot does. Zelsis carving.
Damn, nice on Celsius. Ooh. Jeez.
Making Fnatic look silly.
Wow.
And the early win out from Fnatic, but Sentinels able to course correct here. Now find themselves a body to the good in the post.
Zelsis just nutmegging them straight up middle. Not a chance. And now they've got to try and fight it back in, right? But you've got Chronicle and Alpha. Not really easy to bring this utility in. Double stacked up on the site. Gonna try and get themselves away, but you're gonna still play in Zelsis.
Alpha. Zelsis?
So well. Down to the 1v1, but time is running low. John QT calm under pressure. Kron, same sort of thing.
He's got the half.
Going.
Bro. Wow. Again.
Steps here, but Chronicle doesn't back down. Brazen with the defuse.
To do that at that scoreline.
Yeah.
That would have been 12.
That would have been 12, indeed.
Yeah, I mean, the timing is played to perfection here from Sentinels. You see as well, actually the reveal and the fault line coming back online to set this lurk in motion. And that's how they're able to flip this advantage back in their favor. But bold moves from Chronicle. Fnatic cling to life here on Sunset. Actually, again, we're seeing further aggression, or at least probes sent out by Fnatic. No reward just yet.
Going again, we do have the Owl drone. Having a glance, should just make it past the wall. We'll note the player on the right side, and Kayak. Gonna catch the rate, so good damage here. Oh, just caught!
Just below the door.
Oh, that's a nightmare, isn't it? Trying to back away towards market.
Really got Chronicle's utility now to rely on. And this wall committed towards mid, so Sentinels plenty of options. Actually drawn Alpha away as well. So
That's unlucky. Hey, nice, good pick on trade on Bolster. And Narrate.
Will be invested.
Look towards top middle. Zekken might just pop off this as well. Kron's going to be the one to try and deal with them if they come market, but no, it is straight top middle. He's taken space. Alpha reactive, trying to slip away. Spot the pixel, gets the body drop.
Ooh.
Down, he knows his fault.
Oh, good trade. Bang. I didn't like it, but good job.
Where's that spike going? Bang's got his ult if he wants it. God. Oh my goodness.
Oh my word.
There's no way they read this though, right? 13 seconds.
Delsis, yeah, a little lazy peek in here, but actually behind the wall.
Good God, this is just centimeters away from being deadly. 5 seconds has to commit on the plan here, and Kayak closing in. Chronicle's fallen.
Oh, nice Zelsis.
Crashies in the 2v2 here. Bang and Zelsis. Zelsis!
Nice Zelsis.
Leaving just Kayak, the young gun. Good.
Oh, no.
Looking for a second.
Oh.
You can doubt him all you want, but he has been exceptional for this team.
And another hero round from Zelsis as well. This Kayak with the Red Bull clutch. 6 on the board now for Fnatic. In the finest of margins, and Crashy's a little disconnected. Obviously the anchor over towards A side with all of Alpha's utility. But the bounce on that stun, outrageous from Kayak.
Nice try, boys. Nice try, boys.
That was a lovely little Red Bull clutch from him. And again, the conversation around Kayak is, it's a learning lesson with him, really, as we go along. What is his capabilities? At this point, I think a lot of us saw on the socials he wasn't feeling his best.
Yeah.
But coming in here, putting on a great show at 15 to 12. And it is that kind of old adage of, you know, everyone can be great when they aren't tired, when they aren't feeling underway. But this guy's turned out here today and looked good for it. But we look at how these rounds have gone, Mike. We've had, what, Kron with a full defuse. You've just had a clutch coming out from
Like I said,
Kayak.
they're not ones that kind of fill you with
Easily
confidence.
repeatable, yeah. And on the other side, it is a timeout for SEN, so just don't want to let this slip away too far. They still have timeouts to work with, so why not burn one here? See how far they can take this. And Fnatic have a lot of ults to be working towards.
I was just saying as well, another hero round from Zelsis who's quietly actually crept to the top of the board ahead of Bang.
And
And Narrate as well, who's had a couple, what, we've seen from him.
I'm really impressed with how Zelsis is reading the map. It's all kind of timing and nice, kind of like punishing on rotate.
Yeah, the lurk up top mid was fantastically executed.
Again, you don't normally kind of be having those conversations about Zelsis in that light, but I'm so happy to be seeing he's really found a way to get through that Fnatic defense. Now we go back in. Bang trying to draw the eyes and all the attention, see if they can cost that rotate, right? Bring that third body over.
Crash is just playing rotation game. Actually, it's early commitment back towards B with Kayak now picking up the slack in mid. He's got friends up there.
He's got 3 up here. Probably the play you want to avoid. But they think they've got something. And Crash's catches, encourages the counter swing. Nice little 1-2 punch at the top and middle. Well read by Fnatic in that one. Timing as well. Punish Zelsis on the left.
Oh, Sentinel is falling apart.
Suddenly just get given the Sentinels book. How did you just read everything they were about to do?
Almost crazy to see Fnatic respond with a round like this. Actually, Chronicle creeping all the way into Storm, but John QT sharp to it.
Where the hell did that round just come out of, Mike?
I mean, it's such a fantastic read. The setup was beautiful.
I'm honestly a little stunned at it, but as it stands, John QT just trying to play this out.
30 seconds left.
If you're looking at it, who needs ult? I guess Crashies could do with this one.
As I say, regardless, I mean, unless he's left to survive here, John QT should get his ultimate if he dies or finds a kill. Money a little weird for Sentinels. I mean, John QT sat at 4,500 and Zelsis actually at 33, so maybe able to pass some weaponry across the board, but that'll be 7 for Fnatic, clawing their way back into Sunset.
It's slow and steady, but it's starting to get, but again, it was lovely from Crashies, but it's the fact they already had 2 other players set up ready for it. Then the rerun
enemy remaining.
It all just kind of fell into pieces, right? The dominoes started to fall. And talking of snowball, Fnatic almost have all 5 ults ready.
Oh yeah, they're in a fantastic position here. One away for Crashies as well.
There's no way this game gets close, right?
I mean, Tough certainly suiting Fnatic way more. I said it's that aggression or willingness to kind of stand and fight that we didn't really see in the first half. So Sentinels just happy to receive time and time again, and Fnatic stumbling on the first hurdles on their attacking half. Here we've seen some fantastic reads, beautiful setups.
Got the spike.
Getting Kayak's line here. They do go around that. Really heads up work actually. Nice. And burning a bit of the util too. This is
Come on, Sentinels. Just 2 more rounds and you guys will win the game.
list-wise.
Do not pull a Genji.
Finding it hard to get a grip on where Fnatic are.
Sentinel's just desperate for a fight somewhere.
The discipline's not going to be giving that up from Fnatic. They've been playing this slow and steady pace.
Second happy to entertain the idea regardless. And now 45 seconds on, waiting for some of those cooldowns to come back online in Alpha.
Camera
Cam set up. Will potentially read this backside of the fake. Now still TP here for Bang.
Still got all the trips as well, and look
Yeah,
at
so
where they are.
he can sit here, but with the utility as you've noted, you're going to know there's been no progress towards site.
This is great. Boast is in the right place for this too. 25 seconds. They're going to have to make a run for this one. Zekat's found Kayak. So, oh my god, Poster gets away with it. Still standing. Got his paranoia, got the TP. Gets out of there. Next player coming in. Narrate gets caught.
Yikes.
Drawn the back line. 10 seconds. Poster buying time. Second sprints forward. Zels is trying to make this happen. 7 seconds.
No time.
They are running out of time. Zelsis has to plant, and they are closing in. Fnatic starving out Sentinels.
What are you doing, bro?
I was talking about the clock for Fnatic, but worked to perfection.
Like, why are they throwing?
It's only due to having that third body over towards B site. I mean, Boast has done so well here. For the Rolling Thunder just passing it by. But this TP back as well, it forces Sentinels to hesitate. They have to hard clear. I mean, Zekan makes handy work of it, but like I said, it's the clock then that suits Fnatic. Nobody has to swing onto these angles. They can wait for Zelsis to make a move.
5 ults. This is actually the 6th. That was going to be Sentinel. Zekken going to go for it. Just the stinger in
Damn.
the back pocket. But now you can see already most are up for the challenge.
Damn.
Zelsa's going to catch Kayak towards the middle. And they're going to go for a higher tempo piece towards B. But there's still 3 bodies here, Mike. Do they cancel on this? Now on the ult, surely.
Zelsis knows he's got a bit of a gap to play with here.
Oh, he's been great at these.
So the trip behind him. It's Fnatic again now, actively trying to hunt him out. So they know he hasn't crossed.
Oh, Zelsis. He might. Oh my God. How is Crashy's alive? I thought he was on a platter, but the pacing here isn't quite high tempo enough. They've got a complete free sight. Alpha's still here.
Oh.
Slaps right away from it. And now down to 3. That plant doesn't feel comfortable yet. Got to wait out the ult from Crashies. They still got more to burn if they need it. 40 seconds, a second attempt at the plant.
Hello, chat.
Come through now.
Chat, I need this team to win, chat.
Trying to get active, find something. TBN has hit another jump shot.
Wow. Nice bang.
Back-to-back clip that, I don't care. Zelsis.
Whoa!
What the hell is this from Alpha? Zelsis has to be a hero, though. He has to put on the cape, put on the costume, and find 2. He's doing the dance. He's desperate for it.
Oh.
Fnatic still alive after that man on your screen just went nuclear.
Ridiculous from Alpha. I mean, the first one crucial just to slow down the hit here. What? Show me the second. It's exactly the same. Just disgusting.
That's unreal.
And then finds the spam as well through the wall.
Yeah, he's here. He's here. He's here. You better watch out for him.
And Fnatic now
5 rounds, Mike.
knocking on the door.
Bro, this is the same thing that happened with Genji, bro. They were up like what, 11 to 2. Jesus, bro. I don't know how we keep.
Boaster certainly keeping things in control, I guess, in game. Now it comes down to a bit of a face-off here. Finance is starting to dwindle now. 4 Sentinels. Still actually ultimates to play with as well for Fnatic. Do have Narrate's ultimate, but Neural Theft, Kayak, Chronicle actually does have the pit.
And I feel crazy having this conversation, but I didn't expect to see a world where Fnatic win this map. And then that changes how the veto looks, right? That's a conversation for afterwards, but...
Well, especially after the first half. I was
Correct.
sold then in my prediction, but...
Yep. Wait, who did you predict for this game?
For the series?
Yeah.
Well, for the... Okay. We'll go there.
Well, no, I'll admit it.
Fnatic. You wanted SEN, I know you did.
Wait, you went for Fnatic?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh my god. It's crazy.
I've still got Kayak down. It's like I stay CS and...
Fair play, fair play. Okay, Operator is in, and this is one of the swing factors. If you aren't familiar with Fnatic, when Kayak's previously had some bad games, that Operator used to get him out of that ditch.
Been the catalyst for him.
But he's certainly not been in any ditch so far. He's been having a mad performance, so another layer added to this.
Maybe this is a read into the pace or the tempo shift after this timeout. Could be rewarded here, as actually does look like a contact play from Sentinels.
Oh god, if they're going contact on this, it is so brutal. Kayak's going to be a one and done. Yeah.
Still
Oh.
Zekken, he's had a hard game here, I'm going to be honest, and that's rare to say, because I feel like Zekken's one of the most consistent high achievers. But he's struggling with that, and another deep line adopted. They've got to commit utility to force him away. You can't be going for these contact pieces now. Ooh, a little cuppy.
Well, I mean, smoke's going to make it difficult to get
Do it. Go on, do the thing, do the thing. Walk the smoke, I dare you. Oh, he's being sensible, Mike.
You hate to see it.
Planted.
Fun enjoys around the world, devastated.
Still his ultimate though.
I'm only streaming for the games. That's all.
Here in the post plant.
But I might get back to streaming more.
Very slow, cautious in approach
Oh.
here, but Kayak confident. His teammates got his back here.
Ooh, please,
Gotta
please
start
win,
building
please
now,
win,
but the
please
clock is ticking,
Sentinel.
Right, there's the trade out. The paranoia not going to be able to be worked upon there, sent through. Fnatic got to get moving. Sen with an opportunity now. Layered utility.
Oh my lord.
Sleeping. Back goes down. Why is no one looking at
Oh,
Chronicle?
oh, nice. Narrate, please.
He's gonna
Oh
knock it
no.
off. Crashy sticking on
Nice.
the
One more.
Swing.
No. Yes! 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 Let's go, Sentinels!
An ace from Narrate. The Crashies have
W
to
clutch.
make a move here. The Red Bull clutch going in Sentinel's favor to find 12.
I know exactly.
God, it was Kron does it on one side, Narrate does it on the other, just too late. You see even Narrate unsure, hand shaking for a second, but then he's up. Knows what he's done. He's got SEN to 12, breaking that momentum. Sentinels back, looking ready for this, but they've got to keep going now. God, the money's so fragile still.
Yeah, I mean, look, yeah. After that string around,
Oh my God.
Pick up
Nice. Good job, Narrate.
It's beautiful. Poetic for Narrate to be the one doing this. Finding comfort out in America. Alpha does catch Celsius.
And he's also... Oh, second. Nice.
Take away the sight. Part now next. You're down to 2. Kron and Alpha. Big names. Same to be said on the other side. 4 players waiting. Sentinels 2 kills away from map 1 under the belt. Kron waiting. Alpha. Contact made. Narrate down. Next layer has to come in. They join together. Playing in unison now. 1 right, 2 left. Kron has a little look. Finds the one close.
Ooh.
Now we're going to need a magic moment from Alpha. 6 bullets and the time's not on his side, but second. 12 HP.
He's misread this.
Oh my God, Zekken is absolutely ice. God damn.
Nice. Sentinels. 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 Sentinels.
13 to 9. SEN claim map 1.
Fnatic looking like they were able to pull off a miracle here, but the last moment, the 11th hour, Narrate comes alive, Lauren.
Stop hitting them with some stupid fights. I'm gonna go with who should I go first? I think Zelsis. Zelsis is gonna get a big one. I want him sat down the whole game. Zero reason to stand up. 1, a 2, a 1, 2. Stupefy. Right, next one. Next one. John Kitio, he's not in the middle. That's not an IGL spot, so I'll stupefy him back to the middle. Stupefy! Bang! About to bang him out with a stupefy. Stupefy!
Have you done
Narrate or
Zekken?
Zelsis?
Have you done Zekken already?
No, Zekken I haven't done on Narrate.
We need to
Give him a double one. Give him a double, Jake.
I'm gonna
The
hit
big one.
Narrate
We could
with a
wind up the
stupefy.
Zekken one.
Combo though.
Wait, yeah, we got
Stupefy!
Alright, we do the big one on Zekken.
Everyone, ready?
Charge it up, charge it up.
3, 2, 1. Stupefy! Yeah, that.
Oh.
He's stupefied.
He is very stupefied.
Bro, what? I'm not gonna lie, chat. I think this is the end for I think this is the end for EMEA, bro. This is the end, chat.
Red Bull gives you wings.
Hey.
Let me show you how the box does. Oh man, I was just getting warmed up.
Chat, why am I getting a Valorant ad? Get out of here. Chat, let's shut the VLR. Little chat. Wow, chat. They went insane. John Cootie only has 6 kills in this game. That's not good. I mean, John used to be, I don't know, Chad. I think for him, he's more like a IGL, so it makes sense why. I feel bad for M80. Did he win? Wait, where's the one with John Cutie, by the way? I think this is Turtle Troop, right? Was it Turtle Troop? No, it's not Turtle Troop. No, Turtle Troop was when of Governor, and then Governor went to another team, and then he didn't do good on. I'm not gonna lie, Governor went to, I think, Europe and legit like got defeated hella hard. I'm not gonna lie. I like how there's 2 people. I think it was Governor and whatever it was that joined and just left. Yep, Apex, Fluorescent. Wait, chat. I wonder does he used to stream?
First tier 1 opportunity was in EMEA, playing with Karmine Core. He was familiar playing against this Fnatic team then. Now back in North America at the tier 1 level, showing up to a global event after their disappointment that was Bangkok, and putting up a map like this, winning a 1v4 clutch to close it out, and now be a map up and close to staying alive.
And also, in my opinion, that was not the most impressive thing that Nare did this map. In various occasions, we saw him getting multi-kills. His utility is always the opener through everything, especially when they're from their attack and Alpha is being so present on mid, just being an absolute pain in the ass. Nare proved that he won. EMEA lost in this case.
Yeah, I mean, Nare did so many things right there, but Mimi, I mean, the other thing that we were seeing too, and this is something that we've known Sentinels to be quite good at, those retakes, the way that they play around and utilize their utility to great effect.
And if you just look at the retake win percentage, it doesn't look incredible for SEN, but I think what they did very well on their defensive side was having a game plan into this double controller composition. They played really passive at the start of their rounds, being willing to play retake A almost all the time, and instead putting more forces into mid to fight, shut down the lurkers, and then play either 5v4 or even number retakes. And in all those situations, Sentinel's utility, their coordination, just looked on point. And it was rounds like the one you're seeing that snowballed this first half for SEN.
We had actually heard from Coach Kaplan what the expectation was for the team, and they were saying that there was a lot of conversations in the squad, Sentinels, that, hey, we got to tighten things up, we got to make things work here. What do you think that conversation is like for Fnatic?
The conversation right now is, let's forget about the rounds that we almost win. Let's focus on what's literally ahead of us, is thinking about Ascend, thinking about everything else that they still have to show us for this map.
All right, well, let's actually get some words from Coach Milan and get ready for map number 2. We have Yinsu standing by.
I'm standing by with Coach Milan before we head to map 2. Now, throughout the history of Fnatic, it is a rare sight to see you guys pick Ascend. What made this map your most confident going into this matchup?
I mean, looked good against RRQ. It's a map that Sentinels hasn't like favored a lot, and I thought we would throw them a little bit of a curveball and see how it plans out, you know?
Well, I hope it goes in your favor. Thank you very much and good luck.
And I think everyone in Toronto feels the same way because we want to see a map 3 here, Mimi. But for now, we have to focus on Ascent. What
Map
should we be
2.
expecting?
What we should be
Our
expecting
chat,
is
map 2. Who's gonna win, chat? Who's gonna win this time?
They debuted Alpha Thea. You were talking a lot about it. He was incredible towards the second half of Sunset, and it was the same to be said last time he played this map.
Yeah, absolutely. The question is, what is Sentinels
Yeah.
going to change to, if ever,
Why
right?
the
Is
fuck
Nara
is our
going to
game
stay in that Teco? We saw
under
G2
review,
earlier,
bro?
just going back to something that
Our
was
game?
comfortable for them and putting the Teco
Yeah,
back
look.
in. I don't know if the plan is going
You
to
can't
be
join
the
it,
same
bro.
for Sentinels, but someone else
It's
that I'm
under
looking
review,
at
what
and
the
someone
fuck?
that Coach Kaplan was speaking about was
Roblox.
Celsius. Him on that Vice, I think that if someone has a
Is it because I told that person to come back in 3 years?
have and understand the usage of the Vice
No.
in this map is Sentinels.
This has
This
never
happened
been
just
an
now, bro.
amazing map for
I told you
Sen,
earlier, right?
At least for this
It's just
core of the
game
team.
violated
But
through
when you
something.
look back
Bro, we didn't even
at
do it.
last year when they were playing at Champions, they were running a double controller comp, the Cypher Deadlock that became pretty popular in North America during that time. And I'm interested if they want to take any notes out of that one. I've loved the double Senti looks that a lot of different teams, including Fnatic, have shown on the map. So if they have something new, I would expect it to be some variant of the double Sentinel.
And you want to talk about the run that this team has had, Sentinels, on Ascent. It hasn't been pretty, right? 2-1, not all that bad. They haven't played it here, so we're going to see what we end up getting as the agent select is going to go. And look at Alfia already locking in that chamber there, Kukuka.
He's not even hovering. He's not even letting us, you know, theory craft. Maybe he goes for something else. But very important as well, you know that the chances of you picking this map and you starting on the attack are like, let's say 95%, okay? Some people, especially if it's a pick. If it's the last one, maybe it changes. But we saw what Fnatic were able to do in their attack. A lot of that aggression on mid, all of those straight denials that this composition offers.
Fnatic,
I don't know why.
Excuse me, Sentinels got kind of obliterated by
You can't play it?
Paper X in their post
No.
lines when they played against them in the
tried
Umbers.
it?
They were getting caught off guard
Yeah.
by players in off angles when
Wait,
they
take
were
my chin right
retaking.
now, wait.
That's going to be the same
Mhm.
thing with Alpha, but turned up to a new degree. Every time Fnatic get the spike down, watch for where he's
Bro, what the
putting
fuck
his
is
TP,
happening,
how he's
guys?
positioning forward. And now for Sentinels, we have to talk about them because they are locking the
Like,
tail,
what if we
they
do
are
this?
locking the Vise, and this is
Surely
looking
not.
to be
Surely
the
not.
same comp
No,
as
he's not.
long
Surely
as they don't lock it away.
Oh,
And they've done it. Zekin goes for the waylay.
Zekin
First
with Waylay?
pull that
Oh,
out here in
Lord.
Masters Toronto.
Hey, what if we do this?
Well, if his first waylay, that is for sure. I don't think that he has played the agent in an official match, has he?
Not that I could
Oh
recall.
my
I don't think
God,
so.
bro.
I don't know, bro.
It's on the Dejo as
This
well.
is this 𝕠Gaming? Is this you?
G2 played
Jugga, was that
in
you?
Americas with that waylay in the mix. The slow is great. You can dive into market, all these different things. GB, this is a hell of a curveball.
All right, folks. Well, it's now time to find out if Sentinels sink or swim. Are we going to get that map 3? Let's send it back over to your casters. Pansy.
I don't want a
and
map
Hot.
3, bro. I don't want a map
Yeah,
3.
thank you. All eyes turning towards Zekin here. Mike, I thought that maybe Alpha up on that chamber, maybe even Kron on the Vice.
Not the headline tonight.
Nah, Zekin on the waylay. What are we seeing with this?
I mean, it actually almost suits to play into this, right? You
does.
can almost dive onto Alpha a little. I said a little more coordinated, but there's a lot of pressure now to try and. At the end, there's not many counterplays, right, to a chamber getting up close and personal, able to dip his toes and get out, but could be a trump card, the Uno reverse from Sentinels, and that's where Milan even touching on, bringing out a curveball, but hey, how do you react now?
Yeah. I think they've just one-upped you in that
Oh my
matter, but we
God,
dive
bro.
into
What
this
the
dome where we get to
fuck?
truly see the
Ducky.
test of these two creative sides. Fnatic
What's the
on
thing called
attack
again in
and also
settings to
Sen
default
then
your
on the
browser, bro?
defending
Forgot,
side.
bro.
And let's see how this looks.
They
We've got
just
a
called
lot to
default
learn.
browser.
Already a 3-play stack on this B side.
My PC's ass, look.
Bit of pressure here, a probe sent out in terms of the util from Crashies. Second motion is played towards short. It's Alpha to lead the charge. We'll find John QT,
Ooh.
but actually, no damage done there.
No, that's a
They're
couple of
pushing the
bullets spent.
3 into 8, going up heaven.
It's coming in. Narit's gonna be here. Kayak on the
Oh,
corner.
Narrate.
Nice shot from
Oh,
Kayak.
what a
Quick to try
think.
and hunt that down. Does
Good
get
slow.
the springboard
Oh,
forward, but
amazing
Narit's
rocket.
screwed.
Ah,
Yeah,
NT.
for that. And they're fighting for that space behind Tree, taking over towards Heaven, making the site really uncomfortable. There's two players trying to tuck in towards Hell. And if they get the spacing right,
Hello,
here,
Joe.
it should be pretty light work.
Joe Ellie.
This is really well crafted, Mike.
Ooh. Oh, this is bad.
Zekken now need an ace to find this pistol.
Have I told you about the story of Zekken's 1v5?
Alright.
I've not told you that one.
You have not.
Fuck,
It was on a
man.
Waylay, which is crazy,
Was
right?
it?
Yeah.
Round 1 of the second map.
It must have been probably a different game because I don't see it happening now.
Yeah, can you help me with this shit, Ducky?
Bro, I'm trying to stream myself watching the VCT, bro.
They've turned up. Sirens are on. Yeah, Zekken's having a go.
Wait, this game has violence? It has, right?
Even in the losses, the
I don't know, maybe. Who knows?
Good God, that man.
Damn, 3K on Zekken. Unfortunate.
First in the second map.
Certainly a confidence booster.
I'm just sad that we lost the pistol round, chat.
They had at that
Because
comeback on
if
map
we won the pistol rounds, I think we would have won the entire game.
Sentinels. Well, now curveball here in map 2 and maybe some early learnings here to find. On the side of Fnatic. Excited to see, really. I mean, it will be the face-off. Maybe not in the first half here between Alpha and Zekken. Maybe not so much Kayak in that regard.
All right, one Sheriff for Zekken. And obviously on the other side, you're going to see them try and go farming here. But a big investment, Kron, Kayak, prized possessions they don't want to be losing, and a 5-play stack. So they better avoid one side of this map if they know it's good for them. But let's see if they can just test out the waters. This puts a lot of pressure on, I'd say, Crashies to kind of do this good scouting to make sure they don't fall into these sort of traps in place. And it looks like they're aiming towards middle to begin with.
The space to play into, for sure. Still cautious. Give away any early advantage here in round 2.
Ooh, okay. Narrate goes down, nice. Enough correction in the end from Alpha from that
And
second. Confidence being built. The other 4 for Sen. Not really all that enthused by this round, are they?
No. Especially when you look back towards the minimap now. The big gap. Ground to cover.
Good call from Fnatic though. They'll be happy enough with that.
Still so cautious of a snake in the water here. We'll find a clean plant though. Able to get themselves out of sight as well. Yeah, really scratching their heads now.
I said not here. Zekken is getting closer. Door's shut though. Nope. Door's open. And Fnatic would like to find the opponents. It does seem a little bit of hide and seek so far, but Kayak going to take down Zekken, who did have that Sheriff. So the main sort of danger weapon gone. Speaking
Oh, nice Zekken. I meant nice Zelsis.
See if they can recover this or keep it out of their hands, but Zelsis, this is a lot. That's 3 players here. They're going to make Fnatic work for this, though.
Oh, yeah. Still trying to keep them in market here. Well, actually both kills come through.
Okay, Vandal back in. Everything recovered. So, yeah, Vandal, Phantom, and the Guardian still in rotation.
Yeah, difficult to really police the weapons in that situation. Almost want to force Fnatic a little deeper, maybe to fall to the spike, but the plant position. A little bit of safety here. Damage done though. Really going to cause problems for the purchase here.
Okay.
And obviously the offset to that being Alpha. So the ability to buy up effectively a Guardian in the back pocket. That works.
Right side of the map for Zekken this time. Does have Zelsis here too. Alpha propped up towards B main very early. Again, this tempo from Fnatic is slow. We've been kind of talking about this. Very, very slow and steady.
Yeah, and certainly some question marks here of what Zekken's going to be doing. Does enable a lot of defensive aggression.
Oh, nice Zekken.
Beheaded. Similar setup though to what we saw earlier on. It's not Alpha to lead the charge here, but rather sell the fake elsewhere.
I quite like the deeper positioning from Narrate. We've seen that Fnatic do like to prioritize that deeper tree control as well. If he can police this, it'd be impressive, but it's difficult.
What the fuck,
Fnatic
man?
once again taking that territory. Kayak tries to get a little technical with it, but Narrate comfortable on the pressure.
Oh my
So far, so
Narrate.
good. Actually overextended.
Nice, Narrate.
Rewarded.
Two with the Bulldogs, by the way. Massive value found. Will force now Chronicle and Boast to consider just holding on to this weaponry.
Not many opportunities for play here with that spike going through tree, as said.
I
If
mean,
it all goes wrong, you're kind of stuck there.
So they do have the benefit. It's only Alpha that's broken. He's got himself as close to a real weapon as you could hope for with that amount of credits left in the bank. The Sentinels here on the board. On a
Ooh.
SEN. That's why it's only really Kayak and Alpha making progress here. Crashes as well, actually. Yeah, the rate goes huge here with Bulldog. But there from Kayak's position, snappy onto Crashes as well, who had a rough first map. We'll see him certainly establish himself early on here on a SEN.
Yeah, and a little bit scary as well if Narrate starts going early. You saw how that last map ended. I mean, he was on a high note and a half.
Oh, he's buzzing up on his feet.
Oh, and a little bit of a deeper exploration coming out from Zek in there. So this feels like this fight's going to be happening a lot, right, between Alpha and Zek and fighting for that sort of early space on maybe B main or over towards A. This time Zelsis there with him. And they are waiting. This time Alpha, a bit of damage done. Zelsis wants to clear this util, but couldn't quite crest the corner.
We really want to see them remove the...
That's 3 players.
Here, yeah.
They should have noted on this side of the map.
The rate's been fairly quick to rotate over towards A. He's making moves now. But this time around, the difference being Fnatic sit behind this. Spike still over towards the B side. And Zekken still commanding the space into B main.
Oh, timing.
Done this time. Back and forth between these two so far in these rounds. Zelsis still has some stall on this site. He can buy a bit of time. We saw that earlier rotation coming out from Narrate. Now he wants to get back. Can Zelsis buy some precious seconds? Can he keep Fnatic away from the door? Already chomping at the bit to get closer, looking for that cross through towards site. Slips in the smoke, takes away Alpha, looks for some more damage, but he can't do much more. Kind of pinned in at this point, had to give up Cat.
The flash is perfect. Zelsis couldn't catch him. He actually caught the backside of it as well.
Yeah, but
Nice bang.
towards CT. I thought maybe try and buy a bit of time, see if someone could swing off him. But Chronicle goes down and leaves it in this 3v3. Now how does SEN then break back through towards the site itself? Look at the utility they have. 1 flash for John QT. That's it pretty much, and 1 smoke for Bang. Difficult to breach this side of the map.
Oh, fuck,
That's
man.
it. That's pretty much it. 2 towards Cat. High flash swing. Away we go. Crashes. What is that?
Ooh.
Bang still
Bang.
firing on all cylinders though. He knows where Kayak is.
Ah.
But it ain't enough to kill him. Kayak survives and Fnatic make it out like bandits.
How? As Crashes alive there to find a kill. Maybe just a catch on the flash themselves, but Alpha crispy on the entry. Yeah, weird exchange here between Zelsis and Chronicle. Bang almost lining up a 4K here.
God, Bang. So close on that. I was like, bro, why are you aiming that towards me? Damn, okay, timeout early for SEN though. They're touching base up on what? Round 5? They've hit the brakes here. Maybe not liking it, maybe just kind of trying to get a grip on this. Again, you're playing up against a comp that you probably aren't super familiar with. You're seeing a chamber again, seeing this sort of thing. And again, if you're looking at the coaching staff, Kaplan's there going to be trying to keep in touch with them quick.
And you could argue it's maybe some of the rounds that are most frustrating to lose because there's not necessarily any flair or, you know, nothing special about some of these rounds. If Alpha can just kind of find these dry engagements and win out, those are tilters. You're not really testing the sight hold or anything like that. It's somebody almost overstepping the mark on Sentinel's side. So maybe just trying to rein that in early on, but certainly for Zekken in the first half, you don't want him to just sit back and receive some of these sight XX.
And it does feel, I don't want to say like a coin flip between the two of them, but they have been going back and forth, right? Zekken's had his moments.
Yeah.
Obviously, though, the value of Alpha getting that first pick does open the site. You saw how isolated then Zellsis was, and it was really hard to stall out. He did great, though, slipping into that smoke, catching a player. Still stalled out almost enough for Bang there, but not to be. 3-1, Fnatic firmly now starting to build a lead. The operator is in, but
Let's play.
so's Tour de Force on the other side. Zekken taking a look. Knife comes in, probably going to catch one there. I'd imagine that connected. As Zekken decides to rattle off a shot, but back away. That opens up gap for Fnatic.
Almost leaning towards a pace change on both sides, though, as soon as the Tour de Force is out.
Active fight on towards Street.
Yeah. Well, actually, the spam onto Kayak.
And it's done. Oh, Narrate!
Ooh, Narrate.
Diffing Kayak in that. He had to snap back to it already. You're going to see this coming in to try and clear out, and it does. Hunter's Fury does well to catch out Narrate, but they've made it hard work to play up Cat. A real different hold. They're just playing it forward a little in unison. No big opportunities for Alpha to bring in the ult either.
Trying to make something work here in range of the TP. But a pause for thought here from Fnatic. Even 4v4, but John QT tagged down to 47, so slight advantage. Once again, curious. Does have the spike himself as well, so going to hope that Crashes can come and reinforce this, but it's Zekken.
And look at the
on top
time.
once more.
The word melons is coming to mind. 10 seconds. Fnatic, yeah, they're getting closer, but Bang's still here. If he can deny the plant, that's everything. And Bang's currently getting curious. A messy shot from him. Zellsis can't get there in time just yet. And look how disconnected Kron is. This is so difficult for Zellsis to clear out. Crashy's dart, shock dart's back in play as well. The second that Zellsis gets closer to sight, if he gets contact, that checkmate of Kron's position surely comes in. And it's there, lovely positioning. I thought they were too late then, Mike, but they are letting that clock run low.
Not many options to recover that on the side of Zellsis, but just a really bizarre exchange here. Towards short, it's only really the Hunter's Fury that opens things up for Fnatic. Almost Zekken shows his hand with the operator. Able to deal with it. A couple of ultimates now online for Sentinels. Still got Kayak though. Potentially go, but actually a set piece out towards mid here.
Yeah, and look at the pressure coming out of B main too. It's kind of look towards middle, but I promise you there's more of us here. And there is. They're fighting together. SEN kick up the pace. And they Fnatic, Boaster and Alpha have a mountain to climb. Alpha rattles off the bullet. They now know where he is. Spike's in a dangerous position too. Alpha wants that back. Boaster already trail blazing away. Alpha gets the spike, he gets away. Now where do they go? It feels like it has to be towards A, right?
All this pressure elsewhere. They're not going to walk short. Surely not.
Oh my, no. Why is this choice feels mad?
There's not going to be any confirmation for SEN, but this is certainly bold.
Oh my god, they might, I don't, oh! They catch more than the timing. They catch Zekken.
But do they read that as Sentinels have already rotated and now go back towards B? Zeus is still in a position to do damage.
He's thinking about it, isn't he, Alpha? And with Zeus still alive, you've still got this wall in middle. Okay, triggers it. Trying to bait it out to look back like a B. A double fake, potentially. And a late
Boaster's
lurk
got the spike as
up
well. Oh my word.
That was close. That was so damn close to smoke on CT. And SEN have to react to it. They have to respond to it to some extent. But it is the play towards A now. Plants can be coming down. Can Boaster and Alpha navigate this?
My ultimate is ready.
Paranoia still there.
That's huge, actually. 5 seconds on a smoke as well for Boaster.
Door shut as well. Where's he off to? They don't know, we do. Smoke gonna go in. Ult's popped. Alpha's out of it, but they're going to flood the site now. SEN looking to try and clear, trying to maybe catch Boaster in the meantime. Paranoia still in play. There it is, posted. Alpha, you got to come into this one. And And he checks it. It's clear for now. They are hunting them down.
Oh.
But Alpha denying. Boaster trying to live as long as he can. Alpha, the man who will not.
Wow, bro.
Clutching up Fnatic. Doing the damage.
Almost felt a little awkward there. The paranoia could have connected potentially onto Alpha. Not sure of the range. But what a recovery.
Player standing.
It takes everything from Alpha. 4 kills for him.
I would apologize, Fizan.
And this pace change really from Sentinels. Actually, the second timeout coming through.
Boasters up. Boasters up. You shouldn't be losing, what, 2v4s? Those are the ones that get you. Those are the ones that frustrate you.
They look beautiful initially for Sentinels. Like I said, I think that pace change really operators left on the table. Alpha's going to have it. Let's take the fight to them.
Love that.
And initially, a huge victory for them. But again, Zelsis half a second longer, and he catches Boaster with the spike.
But also have to give credit to Boaster, playing him like a fiddle.
Yeah.
Just setting off that wall towards middle, the smoke towards CT, all of these ideas that, they're going back, surely they're going to try and hit this fake. It was a double fake, back in towards that A piece, beautifully done, manipulating the map just perfectly. And at 5-1, there's a reason there's this double timeout called into effect. Sentinels
would love to be a fly on the wall.
God, wouldn't you just? Hearing that.
Again, because that's when you watch the minimap back and it's a round of seconds. Millimeters almost. But a huge win for Fnatic to find their 5th. Sentinels now really a stinger and a sheriff to Zekken. Tuck themselves back into a deeper hold for sure.
They've been abusing Cat over and over again.
Yeah, they have, yeah.
And I quite like the occasion, Nerate's been trying to play a little close towards True, but then we have that Chron and Crashies round that just battered them. Sen finding it hard. They've been so close a couple of times, but it's just not quite been there. Steadying. You can see that Fnatic again, that protocol is right.
My leg.
Going through that checklist very well. Making those rotations now difficult, and Alpha gets let off the leash. Has a glance towards middle. Still building towards A.
Here for Kayak as well, so the drone will come through if it doesn't.
Chat, I generally have nothing to say, bro. After like the first loss, or like first pistol round loss, I'm actually kind of like pissed off right now.
Found in the smoke there, almost a second of thought for it. And Alpha's gone right up the guts here.
Fnatic playing the entire map on this attacking side.
There's still 3 players on this B site. So they've actually got the read right here. But you look at the weaponry, that's the hard part here. Sen getting the tempo right, getting the read right. But with 25 seconds, it can go wrong. Fnatic could have left this too late, but let's find out.
Don't peek it.
Seconds. They got to make a play here. Storm coming in and Crashies taking those breaks.
Oh my. Nice pick. Good job, Zekken.
17 seconds now. They got to get towards the back of the side. Poster makes a meal of it.
Ooh.
In the end. Zekken again. 10 seconds left.
10 seconds. Nice.
Lands a shot and Kayak is sweating bullets. This one's over. Heroics from Zekken doing the damage.
Let's go.
Gets the 4. I mean, Fnatic victims of their own success here. Like I said, playing the entire map, but then playing right into Sentinel's hands. Or the hands of that man right there.
It's a scary player to get going, to get confident, to get feeling out this game. Look at these
seconds left.
Insane.
And then you look at all that, and Bang's still there, just waiting.
That rock solid player.
Play time, boys, play time.
The Mastercard Thrifty coming through. Beautiful highlight there for Zekken. But can they keep these reads up, right? They've got to keep a grip on Fnatic, who are looking slippery.
Boaster down the stinger now. Broken by
retrieving flash
for Fnatic. Second one away from the ultimate again, but John QT and Narrate have theirs to invest. Still sitting on Kayaks. Now Chronicle. Rip away the advantage here in terms of the purchase for Kayak. That's 6.
Oh!
What? Sorry, is Houdini in the server? Because that Great knife timing on that one to connect, though. Gets at least denied to invest the ult. So now the plant's going to come in, but they're in a 5v3.
Sentinel's giving this up already. You can see them tucked into the
Cancel,
side.
yeah. What the hell was that from Kayak? Give me that on a replay,
I mean,
please.
the first, maybe.
Second.
Outrageous.
Show me it back. Can't take it. You got a feeling away for SEN. They can't get that momentum on their side, right? Yeah, a brilliant round from Zekken. Heroics from him. Right back, cool. Okay, Kayak's behind us and he's just gotten two.
Well,
all
especially now, if you're Kaplan, you got to just sit
Dex,
back and watch these
did your
rounds.
PC freeze or something?
John QT
What happened?
in the server.
The game is in review.
Here for Fnatic. Wow. Maybe that's the turning point for them in terms of momentum and establishing themselves now.
Yeah, the game is in review, bro. I don't know what
Damn.
the fuck happened. I mean, we can just move that into the new place, bro. The game is not even finished yet.
That is absolute filth. That's Narrate as well, who's looked so sharp. I said coming alive in map.
I already sent a ticket, bro. So yeah.
Kayak is an absolute gunner, apparently.
Mhm.
Okay, we've got a couple of so Kayak's been down his for a while now. We've been kind of keeping
It's probably
tabs on
gonna
how Kron's
get
got his. He wanted it in
back
that
on like
previous one, but actually
2
the
hours
denied it,
or
and then they had the round regardless.
2 hours a day or
On
never.
the other side though, Zekken won away. John QT's got his. Narrate's got his.
But
We need to see
if
something around
if
this,
it's gonna
though.
get taken down for nothing, bro,
Once
I'm
again,
just gonna put that in a new place.
to have all of this mid control, not much of a test towards this.
Yeah, Sentinels have not been dipping their toes in
No
the early rounds.
operator,
Yeah,
no challenge on
whatsoever.
it. Don't fancy it.
They're pushing tree. One's pushing mid. We have John watching tree. We have Bang watching main. That's pretty good.
Fnatic were able to pull this out
Oh no.
very early on in the previous rounds.
Oh god, Kayak again. You got another rabbit in that hat to pull out. No, pretty simple. But the
Nice
target
kill,
check
Bang.
for Bang takes away Alpha, trying to maybe scale into this and stalled out on shore. Time to run. Okay, they're good.
Chronicle ahead of this now with the spike. Actually, not going to be isolated.
Okay, this is nice though. This time around, do get to invest the ult here.
Goodness blind.
Those classics waiting, but I've heard
Keep
something
stalling.
about the Sentinels classics. That makes me a little bit nervous here. And even Kayak investing util, they want to clear house.
Oh, nice. Nice, Bang.
Outrageous stuff from Bang. He could be on for the ace. 8 HP in a dream. Zelsis gets the job.
Nice, Alsus.
Beauty from Bang there.
Amazing.
Desperation to capitalize on Chronicle's
Chat, that was insane.
is their downfall.
Wow, what a pick and a half here.
In hell. I mean, the flash is perfect. And again, you can't fault the first two.
My question was, why did he plan to go hell with the spike if he knows he has spike and he could have just planted?
The moment Fnatic stabilize here with the lead. Sentinels fight back. 3 still separate these teams.
I like this.
Like I said, yeah, with the funds in the previous. Zekken now on the operator, sorry.
But also that maybe they're willing to, I don't want to say challenge middle, but let's see how they maybe want to approach it. Kayak wants to test early. Okay. Zekken.
Well, just, I was
Aww.
Plan.
a really awkward.
Maybe some discomfort
recall
on the
there.
agent. I don't know. That didn't seem like he went the way he wanted. So Narrate now. What's going
Oh.
on in these couple of moments here? Zekken.
Nice
so
Narrate.
actually Zelsis is still on this side. So they felt pressure in market and through main. This feels very indicative of this B hit, but we've seen how slippery Fnatic can be. Hesitation on rotation, but Bang closing the gap. He should be the checkmate here. Keep Zelsis steady in holding this side, but John QT's gone down. There's still a wall behind here. TP could be taken for Bang, but if even another 4K, this is ridiculous. Fnatic slow and steady has been working, smothering Sentinels. The plant up next. Bang, I mean, he was a hero before, but this, I don't think is in the wheelhouse today.
Looks like he wants to just look for an exit. Again, maybe even retrieve the operator, but both are tucked into pizza.
And again, I come back to the start because I quite like the idea, kind of playing a little bit deeper initially, waiting for that early wave of util, and then maybe taking a glance. But it felt like maybe just a bit of discomfort on the agent for Zek, and it didn't look like, obviously that was what he wanted. Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh dearie me. Bang, if you survive.
Nope.
It's gonna happen. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, an early TP from Kayak and the clone. I think he knows he's got him back to rights.
Yeah. I see it.
Beautiful play up middle. And again, it's just the timing that it takes him to pull the operator. And actually, yeah, I mean, Kayak's on the angle so quickly.
Oh, it was just an ankle shown. That was enough for the shot from the Raid then.
One enemy remaining.
Big round from Alpha though. Paving the way towards B side.
Chat, I don't want a third map, chat. I already like watched the third map from G2 versus Genji.
Lovely matchup actually between these two. I'm liking it. And again, it's that whole idea of being better to be remembered for ambition than to be forgotten for obedience, playing their own way, bringing out new agents, as said on this way, like, be it a hit or a miss, fair play, you know, you can call it how you see it. This is the first half on the defending side. But then you look at Fnatic, of course, rewarded so far with this chamber adjustment, Chronicle as well on that Vice.
Time to jump.
Fnatic have been in control in terms of, like I said, playing the entire map, drawing out this util very early on, but Sentinels don't seem to respond to that.
Sorry, chat. I have no comments about this game because after the first game, I felt tired, and then the last match with Gen 2 versus G2, I got really tired afterwards.
Other than some heroics from
But I'm still watching the other chat.
This is, they're playing back Bowhouse at 30 seconds yet, and they've read it so well. Where are you meant to go? Zeka trying to buy him time.
What?
Still has to lean forward. Boaster takes him down. He was actually set into motion well. Narrate does a little bit of
Nice
damage
Narrate.
to CT. 20 seconds, starting to fumble on time, and already Bang going to take the quick TP and the ult invested towards the back of sight. 15 seconds for Fnatic. Come on, you got to get towards the site here. Zelsis.
Got one, nice.
Bang on the trade. Can't
Oh.
do enough. 7 seconds and a plant is wanted. Does Kayak get given that freedom?
No, he does not. Let's go.
Denying the plant, and Fnatic leaving it way too late.
Almost the setup here, 10, 15 seconds earlier. It's teed up for Fnatic, but once more, I dare say it, victims of their own success. They have so much space to play into, so much freedom where they're almost second-guessing themselves in some of these situations. Bang to spring the
Wow.
once more. 3 on the round from the rate. Quiet half from him. You can hear Zelsis now rally the troops towards a 5th here to close out the first half.
Trying to ignite something. It's been a hard game to get that kind of momentum building. And it's something actually to keep that away from Sentinels. They are
Hello, bro. Watching on Twitch, how you guys doing? On TikTok, how you guys doing, guys? Today we're doing Valorant
the way that Fnatic are playing
Masters Toronto watch party.
has been hard to build momentum from, and again, Bang getting caught off there.
I'm giving no commentary because I'm so tired. I'm like about to knock out soon. The last match was too long. It was like Genji versus G2. That was like, it went up to like map 3 or something.
On the other hand, has been nice from John QT.
Nice, John.
Quick way to make up for
Good
what's not
pick.
been
Oh,
good
one more.
affair yet. Can he do any more though? No.
Nope.
Goes down with a lot of util as well. Cleared out by Boaster. Besting the other IGL.
Oh no, this is bad.
Security found for the plant. Zelsis.
Wow, this is
In the pathing back for Fnatic.
chat map 3 it is.
Keeping Sen on just these 4 rounds. Mike, this one looks one-sided. We have to wait until that second half to see if Sen have more for us. They've got to come out swinging.
One enemy. Esports is a $2 billion industry,
Right.
but it all started in dingy base.
Chat, be back. I'm gonna get some snacks. Hold on. Be back, chat. Need a break for a bit.
expected,
timing.
but this is certainly a test. Be careful here. They are close by. Those classics can do
Oh,
work. But
wow,
again,
ready?
shot in the dark and alpha is rewarded. Zekin disrespecting it, takes a glance in, and then dips out.
They're running.
Peel away now. John QT, the only casualty. Here's Elsa's HP bar as well, down to 32.
John's been having a bit of a nightmare as well. Rough game for him.
Able to really have a say in a lot of these rounds. See a fairly thankless role on the KO, but certainly expect a little more from him.
Shadows traveling.
He's timing on that smoke actually.
Did we saw?
See the paranoia.
Yeah, I was going to say, inside the smoke, so...
There we go. Tron.
Oh my god.
But SEN digging in their heels this time. Hold on. Anything they can recover, any plant to be had would be perfect. So Narrate going to go for the plant and Zekin put on guard duty. Aldron going to find the first and they look to flood. Zekin going to be trying to make this one happen here. Narrate by his side, going to spot the players do the dance. Oh, and it's so simple. Fnatic not really giving any room for SEN to get up to anything.
Keep 2 rifles from this. We'll find the 10th. Ult charge wise, going to prioritize Crashies on the Hunter's Fury. Maybe. Maybe just go through the housekeeping.
And just polishing this one comfortably. 3 still alive. As I need a bit more fire with Sentinels, Mike. There's just a bit of a whimper here.
Now's the time to make a stand. Long road back into the second half with Fnatic kicking things off with 2. Even actually riding this out now with a Bucky and a Sheriff. Oof. Boaster back on one of his trademarks of old.
Yep. A vintage look coming back in.
Again, Fnatic rounds to play with almost, so expect them to ride the economy out. Maybe looking to actually get an operator on the board nice and early.
This is scary though. Jump spot top middle. And now Paranoia comes in. And Alpha's really got such confidence. Smoke was still in play and he knows it now. Oh! The snap
wow.
to Excelsis was filthy. Still gonna get his man. I thought it was Zekin on the chopping block, but he gets to live.
Zekin recalled to avoid being pinged by the dart there. You see it was almost a surprise to see somebody swing out from position. A 1-for-1 trade now. Damage done to Alpha and Crashies. Argue a slight advantage.
It's an opportunity, isn't it? It feels like they've been lacking those.
Sentinels will group as for proceeding towards Boaster, who now has the Bulldog instead.
The time is going to be not
So they're gonna push it into sight.
It's tight if they don't make a move.
Look at this
Chronicles
down mid.
already.
Nothing behind them. Yeah, this is going to get deadly because this flank is going to be fast as well. They need to get through side. They still need to clear back boathouse, and they're not investing utility. Want to keep this quiet. Boaster, can you buy the time? Zekin as well. Takes away players from CT. Now Boaster forced to fight, but the flank comes in. 2 players.
Wow.
Straight down cat. Nice damage.
Wow.
Nice job. 6 seconds. Can't do it. Sentinels down to the wire, but clinging on.
A ton of damage done. Fnatic frugal in the purchase here, so it feels like the best of a bad situation. Second, the one to make this a little harder.
One enemy remaining.
Insane chat.
Beautiful.
Said the purchase in the previous now to find an operator in the hands of Alpha. See if we can put this to work. He's been present time and time again here in B main and hasn't really had anybody to greet him. Big ping at Zekin. Got to be careful.
Oh, ooh.
How's it gone that
Good
way?
job, Zekin.
Do they speed up off this, or how do they want to play it? There's a little bit of a question mark around that. Maybe push out on B potentially because the wall got cleared, so they gather up towards Cat. It looks like they really want to continue towards A.
Chat, I really want the Sentinels to win so badly.
Second, taking space away towards Tree. Boaster coming on by. Does does have that paranoia if Kron needs it, and I think he does now. Yeah, wait.
Oh.
Check for it. Narrate's
Nice.
doing damage.
Nice.
Good layering here. Nice scaling up towards the site, and the spike should be
Amazing
in now.
scaling. I mean, we only lost like one, which is John, but it's fine.
Zelsis.
Oh, Zelsis? Nice.
Positioning in that, the timing. It's time to run for Alpha. That is too valuable of a possession. You want that operator for late game.
And a big round actually to keep 4 alive.
Huge.
The Sentinels to build back in. Second was actually trying to remove that advantage. Don't want to see another one given away here.
Well, they are close. They got to this quick. Do you get to keep this one? No one else through CT side. You can see where they are, but I think they're going to pause now. I think we'll be kind of leaving it where it is. But again, starting to see a little bit more life in Sentinels, Mike. There's a build here. The fact that Zekken got that kill on Kayak still feels ridiculous.
Spam back as well. This is obviously Kayak got the Phantom as well, so no traces to even aid that from Zekken. Right here,
One enemy remaining.
have to commit towards this side as well. I don't want to say disrespecting the utility, but certainly knowing when they have to dial up the pressure.
All right, well, this is now looking like a big round as well in my mind. As much as the purchase is low for Fnatic,
Sure.
I need Sen to look clean on this.
And it's actually the next that's going to be crucial in terms of stringing together this comeback. Have tour de force and potentially still an operator.
But Alpha is here. Alpha scares the life out of me in these
Oh.
scenarios when he does
Oh!
not land. Zekken hitting the brakes.
Oh, come on, Zekken.
And Alpha decides, screw it, I'm up with the ult. Holds his ground, stands as long
Oh, good job, Bang.
Sentinels now flooding towards the site. Still have mid control, but still 2 to clear on the site itself. The rate's got up, they've got options here. The buy now looking a little less lethal at this point. So they slow the tempo, Mike. They want to get a grip on this.
They got a Bucky and a Stinger to work with. Sheriffs to complement it, but
Nice. So they know they're here then.
Sentinel to sweep through sight, but the crossfire.
Yup. Yup.
Perfectly cleared, perfectly cleared. And Kayak just cut out of the round. John,
Yup.
maybe in the end, but he gets it.
Good job, Sentinels.
Absolutely huge job because it draws out the tour de force.
Yes.
2 massive tools to offset potentially a lesser purchase, which is on the brink here for Fnatic.
Please don't make, please, I beg you, please don't make it the third map. I mean, third map would be fun and all and shit, right? It'd be fun, but I really wanted to just to win this game and just call it a day.
Close that was. Even Alpha's like, how? But still, just if that had gone the other way, who knows? But
Fnatic
given a
timeout.
build back here for Sentinels, 7 to 10 now. Fnatic wanting this timeout and needing it now.
For sure, and I think Milan just looking to rein the boys in a little bit. Probably getting a little nervous now. You'd argue the hard work's already done, considering the pistol and the second went to Fnatic here in the second half. Like I said, we're on a knife edge now in terms of the economy. Got the Hunter's Fury, Chronicle with his as well. Kayak 2 away. Certainly for Sentinels now in a pretty comfortable position with basically 4 players at 4K and above. Zekken with his ultimate as well. Certainly it'll be awkward here if Fnatic will concede and have to ride a lower purchase.
Tense round now. You're looking at Kron, you're looking at Crashies as well. Those ults are here. Zekken's got his. What's the early approach? Sentinels eyeing up B. Big commitment. Zekken takes a walk first. Has a look. No one up close. Knife not going to find much. This time fighting Kayak quickly handles
Whoa,
Zekken.
Chad, what's happening?
That looked all too easy. And Sentinels sent back.
Launching thorns.
Back down to 15 HP, but Sentinels not really to find a response or a trade there with Second just trying to make use of some aggression through B main. Back to the drawing board now for Sentinels. Question marks across the map for them. Have a trip as well, and Alpha with a very deep position, actually tucked into hell. Imagine the TP to get him up out of danger as well.
Cover going out.
Smoke will go up and bait out some of this utility. Well, he's deal with the trap, but there's layers to this from Fnatic.
30 seconds left.
Now actually the clock will apply further pressure now, and actually confirmation here of presence in B main.
Okay, bang. And look at the time though. We're down to 10 seconds.
Ooh.
Kwon just turreting about, and they've got to try and
We
push
lost.
forward. Kak's still alive. Yeah, he's down to 15, but his presence alone is a
Yep.
problem. Sen looked lost without a plan in that.
Losing Zekken early on. I said this was a huge opportunity for Sentinels to really apply pressure. Let this pass them by. Beautiful opener from Kayak. And I said able to dip away, deny that trade. I said Sentinels just kind of hoping that somebody from Fnatic would play into their hands.
Good job, boys. Nice round, boys.
There's desperation towards B. Fnatic grinning really on the back of that.
Don't miss me too much.
And this time around, the adjustments through middle, right? There was similar drone before, but now, look at Kai's position though. Playing deeper in towards B main, but pace change coming out. Fresh towards market. Crashes up to the test though, takes away John. Kron on the follow-up, and Sen falling short when it looked to just matter most. Bang, right back into it though. 2 big kills and it's still game on. Flooding through B main. Trying to get this plant in motion. John's gone down here in the end. No one able to retrieve him in this situation. 3v3 post-plant now.
Very early flank coming through now. Crashies does have the Hunter Fury as well. TP, that's your way back out. I was going to say, was he going to try and backstab Spawn there?
Zelsis on the back pedal though. Look at that position right up on top. They had no idea. The paranoia not going to affect him either. He can send this right back to him. Bang now blind. He was the hero who got them the 2 that made this look doable.
Oh,
Narrate
God.
still standing.
I'm
the king of the 3Ks, 4Ks hell. But he's
Oh,
fallen.
no.
Fnatic
Jeez.
right down the door.
Jeez.
Looking for the defuse. They've got this one. And Sentinels looking quiet here now.
Map point now for Fnatic. Purchase going to be a little shaky on the side of Sentinels. Crash is just timing this to perfection. It's Chronicle to complement that as well. So, yeah, both are over the top. Crucial kill.
Totally unaware of that possibility. 12 to 7.
Come on, Ned, where you running, bro? Where you running?
Here we are. Icebox looking more and more likely. Sentinels hitting a brick wall that they can't seem to get above, around, or through. Zek not given much play in middle this time. Quan and Crashies have been good at this. Until corner takes a glance, but doesn't fancy it.
This is now looking to re-explore towards this utility that late round caused problems for Boaster. He's found one mine.
Oh, the timing is outrageous on this too. Ult goes in, they're still trying to power forward, but Crashies going to take down John QT again. But that's shorty way.
Oh, what?
And now Sentinels scrambling. Zelsis and Bang have to come together.
This GG's. Sen sucks.
Well, Fnatic are taking us the distance. The third map looking so likely. Bang's been great. The Fnatic have been better. We're going to Icebox.
The bounce back from
Yo, Sen, it's terrible, bro. Sen is the worst team ever, bro. Bro, like, why did they... Okay, why did they tell him to... Why did they tell Zekken to play Waylay, bro? They should have played, like, Yoru or Jet. Like, why did you make them play Waylay, bro? Waylay was not a good character, bro. Not a good character. I'm not gonna lie. This is even worse, bro. Like, what happened to Sentinels, bro? Oh my god, whoever's gonna go worst G2. Oh, that's even worse, bro. This is fucking GG's, bro. Holy shit. This is just GG's, man. I don't know what to say. This is just GG's. I'm waiting for this, by the way. Paper X versus Wolves. How did they did so good in this? They did so good in this, but they did so bad in the playoffs. Like, hello? There's no different. Look, they did pretty good here. And then, what else? Then they backfired here. And then they did even worse here. Like, oh, Lord. What's up, XYZ? How you doing, bro? This is no good, bro. I don't want them to play Icebox, bro. Just let me end my stream. Jesus. Bro. I'm not gonna lie, bro. You think I should bet on Sentinels? They're losing, bro. Hell no. I have no faith in them, bro. I'm not gonna lie. They did good here, and then they bad here. So this is like they're gonna do bad here too, bro. Like they're not gonna win, bro. They're not gonna win whatsoever, and I could say that with a straight ass face. What is this?
And after what we saw yesterday, we thought that maybe we were not going to see the continuance of that, that maybe he was not going to be allowed to stand up again from that chair. But time and time again, especially in rounds like this one, in this 4v2 scenario, how he played around the ultimates that were thrown against him with his abilities as well as Chamber, giving a perfect result for the side of Alpha. I said at the beginning of the day, if you are a SEN fan, you do not want this Alpha to show up.
Nope, not at all.
The style of attack side that Fnatic was calling fit Alpha so perfectly, and it allowed him to have so many moments where he took over.
You're gonna
these rounds.
if you bet on Sentinels, you're gonna lose your money. I can promise you that right now. You can lose your ass money.
To do that in these mid rounds, and Alpha in those big moments was constantly stepping up, delivering these opening kills. No one on SEN was positive in the first kill to first death department. Zekken was down 4, and the majority of that was Alpha just going crazy at the start of these rounds.
It makes you want to have the Chamber meta back, just so you can have everybody.
Wouldn't go that far.
Yes, that happens.
I don't know. Toronto, do we want the Chamber meta back at all?
My people! No, they say yes. They say yes.
Okay. We hear what we want to hear. Okay, that makes a lot of sense now. But though, that wasn't the only thing that we were seeing in the server pop off, because we also got to see our duelist head-to-head. We also got a little bit of Waylay as well, Mimi. And although it did not lead to that Sentinel's victory, it was refreshing to see that agent be used in this situation. But maybe, was it a little overcooked in your opinion?
I don't know. I really think the biggest problem for Sentinels was their defense. And in that way, I would have maybe liked to see them go into more of a double Sentinel comp, which is really strong to hold it down on that side of the map.
I would have went double Sentinels here, so I don't know why they. But like, I don't know. Maybe a Killjoy.
How good Alpha was playing, and also how these other players were.
No, there are teams that had like 100% win rate just because of like how they play in other matches.
Absolutely, and it doesn't matter that it's Alpha. Kayak has so much impact in every single one of those rounds, because all of that does not work if you do not have a Euro that is not scared to go in and have the rounds that he has. And especially looking ahead, looking at our last map, the question is, what is Kayak going to be playing? Are we going to see the Sage? Because we have seen Sentinels play and actually lose on Icebox already on this tournament. So we have to think about what Fnatic's going to do.
We absolutely do. Just looking at one stat here, 14-6 in first kills for Fnatic on that one. That speaks volumes.
They won all of their post plans. That's very important.
It looked incredible in all of those moments. This is a weird series though, because both these teams, I think, managed to pick a map that exposed a big weakness in their opponent's map pool. SEN has never been a great Ascent team. They weren't today. Fnatic has never been a great Sunset team. They were not today. But now we go to Icebox, a map that has been a home ground for Fnatic in the past, but that Sentinels has also been great at as well to tie up this series.
Do you feel like this is the best map to kind of get that neutral who wants it more in this situation?
I think this favors Fnatic, because in my head, if I was Sentinels coming into today, I would pray that Fnatic is not feeling comfortable enough to go for the Ascent pick, and I would have, Bandit first, Bandit second, and maybe go on a different route.
It goes to show just how good Fnatic made in terms of decisions in this map, Vito, to pick Ascent, to force Sentinels into this position where they had to leave one of Fnatic's best maps to end this series. Icebox, in my opinion, is the best chance for the last chance from Europe to send SEN home.
We've seen surprises from Fnatic on Ascent. I do not know what we can expect for Icebox.
Yeah, that's what I'm wondering, right? Are we going to see anything unique? Are we going to see anything interesting here, right? That's the question that is going to be on everyone's mind as we get ready for this matchup. Agent Select should be coming up in just a little bit here. And guys, I'm really, it's anyone's ball game here. I genuinely feel that way. I know you guys say it feels good for Fnatic, but the reality of the situation is when you're in this moment, when you feel the energy of the crowd, just like the way Zelsis is getting the crowd hyped right then and there, you simply can't beat that. You simply can't beat that. It could very well be the sixth man in this one, Mimi.
Absolutely could be, but you see Zelsis doing that. Boaster's been doing the same thing on this stage. You've heard the clips of his speeches to the team, bringing up the energy, just having fun out there. He's doing the same with each and every one of those fans behind him.
We're getting ready for the Agent Select here in a moment, folks, but we want to hear from you.
Oh, Chad, I don't want to.
Is it going to be Fnatic? Ooh. Ooh.
Oh, this is so GG's, chat.
Hey, yo, Fnatic fans, where you at? Is it going to be Fnatic? There you go, but surely the Sentinels fans aren't going to be let down. Let me hear you, Sent fans. Woo. I feel the energy in here, Mimi.
It's two of the biggest fan bases in Valorant. Two teams that
I'd go as far as say two of the biggest fan bases in esports. Because I've been following Fnatic for years, since freaking Battlefield days. So let me tell you, this is a team that's prolific in our sport. But here we go. Agent Select coming in. Let's see what we end up getting here, team.
No surprises on the side of Sentinels, right? This is what they were playing the other day. Second, playing on that Omen, no duelist on that side. My question really is what Fnatic is going to do. We see some hovers here, and even though we did see the Sage, it was not in Chronicle's arms. I don't know if they're going to lock this Agents, Mimi.
Yeah, it could be a little change up. I do hope to see Fnatic stay with some variant of the Sage comp. Kayak
Jet.
The Jet there. So the one duelist in the server will be the newest player to Tier 1 Valorant.
A lot of pressure on that young man, but he has a big opportunity here to send a fan-favorite squad home, and we're waiting for the final two lock-ins. We'll see what happens.
Last hope of Europe here for Fnatic. Sentinels, if they win today, they get their third match this year against G2. Lost to them both times in both America's finals.
We need the man on your screen. Well, not this one. Of course, this one for the side of Fnatic, but Narrate has been having such a good series for Sentinels. With him on the get-go on this attack, he could be the difference maker. And with seconds to go, Chronicle is going to be the one locking in the Sage. Okay.
So it's a slight change, but still, it's going to play pretty much the same as what we've seen from Fnatic in the past. You're right about that switch up, but I think this comp is still strong. Solo Sova is fine on this map. Enable Kayak to go crazy on that Jet and have a slight wrinkle in your plan for SEN.
All right, Toronto, let's get some hype going. I want your hands together. Let's do this. Let's clap, clap. Come on, let's go. Let's go. Map 3 starting right now. Fnatic, Sentinels, Hypoc Pansy, over to you.
Yeah, we got you for this one. Don't worry. It comes down to the third, as it should, Mike. NA against EU, one of those first ever times we got to see high-tier Valorant between SEN and Fnatic all those years back. Now we're here. Only one can survive. Only one gets to carry on. Who's got this?
I mean, it's just so fitting with it. The weight of an entire region riding on Fnatic's shoulders here.
Yeah.
We go to Icebox. Sentinels back in right on the Gecko. And again, the adjustment here coming out of the Tejo meta to now have Chronicle on the Sage. Again, not necessarily a concern, but certainly here, the switch up. Really a comp to catch Sentinels off guard. It's a return really to old school Icebox in that regard.
Alright, chat, let's see. Let's see who's gonna win this one.
All eyes towards
Chad, if Sen wins pistol round, I have faith. If they lose pistol round, I don't have faith anymore.
I'm glad the Des mentioned it as well. Narrate, the man on the screen. He has been influential to Sentinel's success. And respect given so far by Boaster. Doesn't want to stick around too close and give up too much. But this is an all-in, Mike. This is every player from SEN over this side.
Will come through. Oh, actually, Alpha finding one ahead of time.
Nice. Good job, Narrate.
Will respond.
Okay, Alpha does have the Sheriff and so does Kayak. So these are two big hitters. Same to be said for Zelsis, though. 2 players towards back yellow, 2 towards B long. How are they going to cross up to this one? Great, still got Dizzy to invest if the contact comes.
Lock in, Sentinels. Lock in, please. Lock in. Lock the fucking.
Again towards long on this for the other 3. Shock dart not going to be all that much of an issue. Paranoia gets
Diffusing. Nice. Nice.
So far. It's only Alpha to be drawing blood. Oh my
God,
Alpha.
Yes! We win. GG's.
But Sentinel standing strong here in map 3.
Convincing pistol round here.
Yo, if you guys are playing Icebox with no flashes, you guys are brave. You guys are brave. I have never seen anybody run the comp in Icebox with no flashes whatsoever. Never. Because usually I'll see them either play Gecko, KO, Yoru, Reyna, someone with flashes. But playing without flashes is just crazy, bro.
The Stinger could be lost potentially, as could that Sheriff, but those Bulldogs are prized possessions and Narrate allowing them to scale up off the back of the utility, but there's a lot of bodies now on this side of the map, Mike.
We're looking for something cheeky. Rinse and repeat here for Sentinels.
What?
Boaster already.
Wait, Boaster's low.
Boaster slipped pretty deep in this, and Alpha's found a shot on Narrate.
Oh no, what's happening? We're falling apart already, apparently. Oh wait, good lineup.
Top gonna slow this down, and Bang getting curious.
Oh, nice.
Clears it out. This is good.
Nice.
Really good. Sen not feeling any of that
Oh
pressure,
no.
apart from Alpha, who
Wait,
is fine,
hold on.
by the
It's not
way.
over yet, Chad. It's not over yet. It's not over yet. It's not over
Apparently
yet.
that Sen map gets him confident.
Absolute monster on Icebox.
But these are the 3 valuable weapons. They can't afford to lose these.
He's going to be given a chance here. John QT still curious.
Nice. We won.
I don't think he will yet. Won't catch sight of anybody on the retreat. Will fall to the spike and Sentinels go 2-0 up to kick things off for you on the decider. Implanting the seeds here towards B. Early on, important to show presence on this side of the map.
Something else I'm noting is the fact that Narrate's got that ult so early on.
Yeah, very early on.
Huge for the bonus, right? If they want to try and employ that now, potentially, that could snowball this entire map, or at least this half. I wonder if they try and indicate a similar approach. This time around, you do have Kayak here, though. It's only been Boaster really soloing this so far.
Xavier, how you doing?
Let's try and hold down the fort here at B main.
See, they're gonna push B again because they're working again. He's working for them twice.
Don't want to reveal himself just yet.
Oh, slowly come up. Okay, make some noise.
Certainly unorthodox here, and you mentioned it. Here's the ultimate to hopefully pave the way.
I would not have ulted yet. I would have saved it for like post plan or something. Because post plan ulting as Gecko is really useful. It's super useful. It's a way for you to like deny defuse and shit, you know, or like, yeah. I don't know.
Could potentially do some damage if they go for a plant here.
That's really what I would do.
See that come in, and it is down. But Alpha strides in again. This time, bigger weaponry. Two tucked on site.
Ooh, nice. Good job, Bang.
And SEN still holding a lot of ground here. No trades at all. It's really only been Alpha drawing blood. Where's the rest of Fnatic in this? They got to do something to clear these two players off site. No flashes.
Nice, Bang. You got traded off. Nice. Ooh, my boy John Cutie.
Huge conversion for them. Not sure if No 8 did manage to find an upgrade there, but regardless, they have a massive advantage coming into round 4. Really real positive so far. I mean, Kayak almost caught completely off guard by the idea of anybody tucking themselves into sight here. Snappy on those 2 kills. As I was saying, the only real positives here, Chronicle and Alpha, good progress towards their ultimates, but in this round, you only really
honestly, I should have even been happy in my opinion, because I feel like I don't have faith in them actually winning this game for Sentinels. I think like they're gonna like make us happy for the first like couple of halves, and then after a while, the second half, we're gonna start like fucking shitting ourselves. Oh my god, insane.
Split them up a bit, makes it a little bit trickier.
Classic?
But still, it is only pistols. Sheriffs, yes. And they are heading towards that A site. Crashies. Potentially Alpha do damage here. Alpha's position now going to be known. Cross to be made. Nice shot.
Ooh, nice trade. Wait, good picks on Crashies by Zekken, by the way.
That back line, if they wanted the traditional post plant, won't be able to be had.
Safe plant though. We'll see awareness of the threat here. Rifle in the hands of Kayak though. It's going to be mitigated by SEN's positioning. And he really banged. Weapon model actually covering it, but Kayak gets a second shot at it and converts.
Okay, paranoia with Zekken has to be big here, but no real ability to swing.
Oh, nice Celsius.
Has to go clutch. A 1v2 and Kayak on the case.
Yep.
Kron, he's already invested. Celsius knows it now. That time is not on his side. He can't do a thing about it. Fnatic with a master catching off Sentinels. Yeah, Zelsa's still clearing up, but the round is Fnatic's.
Sentinel's early work here to try and draw an extra body across the map here. Maybe open up a site a little easier. Get everything right on the way in, but just can't stick the landing here. And the wall deciding things for Fnatic. Talking about that early progress. Alpha and Chronicle now bring theirs into round 5. And the other thing Fnatic bring is an operator for Kayak. It's 1 and 4. Be something.
Line, though.
I don't know anybody's actually going to be expecting this. The awareness there.
I do like this.
I mean, the smoke definitely shows awareness.
Feels like it, right? But how do they path up to this again? All these audio cues, man. He's got to be chomping at the bit. Oh, that's
would have been given a shot there.
It does get to a bit of a 50-50 here. He knows he's in danger, and yeah, right timing to back away, doesn't get punished. Making Sentinels burn a little bit more of that utility to scale up. Has to force himself on a deeper line now.
Zelsa's still trying to backstab something on A site as well, but keep our eyes on the action here.
That's brave.
Actually, just dealing with the utilities.
Wait, they are.
Look at the minimap.
Oh.
Boaster hangs about in Snowman, but it's drawn a massive rotation out.
Yeah, the fact that Boaster was able to get kind of back up towards yellow and felt no pressure really. Check in behind that wall. Gives them a bit more freedom. They have to almost reset. Yeah, they can try and re-approach this like a fake, but Boaster can still check behind it. He knows there's no one here. He can keep his players close towards this A site.
Placing swarm grenade.
There's that lockdown, lovely timing. Look at this, 16 seconds.
Clock, yeah.
They've got to make a move on it. And Kayak watching, perfectly poised above for 10 seconds. There's not much to be done. Lockdown does go down and the plant is in. SEN just about salvaging this round. As the 4 players close by from Fnatic now flood back in, make it 5. Great flash.
Oh lord, please don't lose this, son.
Down to 3 for Sentinels.
Oh.
QT. site. Resilient till the end. Rez comes out.
Oh!
Doing it perfectly
Oh.
from the site itself. Now Zekid and Narrate gonna try and hold on to this. Kayak
Defusing.
barely alive, goes down.
Oh!
The fuse gone. Just on crashes. 1v1. And time is ticking. Narrate just has to play to the tune of the clock. I think it's too far gone, surely. Again, similar scenes to before. Sentinels in the final seconds. Holding on.
Sentinels.
Ice cold again from Narrate to run down the clock here. Fnatic beginning to sweat a little bit. Big investment for the lockdown. The res comes through as well. Some tools they'd worked towards early on, but John QT just running rings around Fnatic here. In the wall going up, but providing no safety whatsoever.
Let's go, Marshall!
Will force an early timeout here from Fnatic once more. Forced to reconsider their approach potentially. Now back down on just pistols. This time around Bladestorm in hand though, something to offset that slightly. Got the Hunter's Fury as well, but Sentinels off to a flying start here.
Wow, chat. That was insane. It was halved and Crashy didn't have time to defuse it. That is insane. Insane. Yo, chat, if Sentinels could win this, oh my, I'll be so happy, chat. Jeez. Chat, you don't understand. If they win this, I might be the happiest man alive. But if we lose this game, oh, this is gonna be bad,
Behind
bro.
it, then almost second guessing of maybe Narrate's utility coming back in. It's been a long game.
They're almost anticipating that that's the plant coming through. You can see
Chat, I wonder what
still
team
questioning that,
it's Finesse
crucial work for Post,
voting for.
Unfortunately, coming apart at the seams in the final few seconds of that round.
My round started.
Bladestorm pop, but negated.
Okay, Fnatic is suppressed. We know that there's at least 2 or 3 there. We're slowly rotating.
Even in a round like this.
Oh, they're faking it.
Rotate from Kayak, maybe trying to offset the expectations. Being identified early on the knife. But Sentinels still going to be taking their pathing towards this A side of the map. Alpha taking a glance down middle, seeing no one on the cross, and it is.
Oh, they'll probably know they're here. Yeah, because of the out and the smoke. It's pretty smart though.
Keep it clean. Crashies does have the sheriff, but
Okay, got paranoia. Couldn't do anything else. Plants.
on the cards. This is,
Oh.
as said, concise work.
Oh, one flank.
In a bother. There's Kayak now coming
Oh.
round. Contact swing.
Oh, unlucky.
Bang next potentially.
I feel like he shouldn't even hold that. Oh no. Oh, jeez.
For Kayak. That's all his. Where's that counterbalance of the pressure from CT? There it is.
That was nasty, bro.
QT. Now Zekin and Narrate split in this, trying to fight it
Nice,
forward.
Narrate.
Narrate finds a corner to play from a Kayak. Delivering.
Oh.
Beautiful from Fnatic against the odds again.
That's a Bladestorm to carve out this round. The MasterCard Thrifty converted here. Fnatic find their second.
Bro, Kayak is so good, bro. This guy just like one tap. Insane.
Humbling the economy. The bait and switch perfect between Alpha and Kayak, and he continues further, finds 3 on the round. Massive
Wow, Kayak is insane.
Bit more energy on stage as well.
They need
Much
that too.
needed.
What are you doing, bruv?
Don't want to see him go.
Stop running, bruv. Pick me,
Again,
bruv.
Hometown favorites pretty much at this point, right? Regional on their side, but actually Crash's blind connection gets Narrate.
What? You got Narrate? Oh my god. All right, this is bad. What is Sen's? Wait, what is Sen doing right now, bro?
Not having the same sort of success on the starts this time.
Make it very difficult to recover anything here. John QT down to 20 HP. A Stinger and 2 Sheriffs. Sentinels to pin their hopes to here in round 7. Don't want to do what Fnatic just did. Layering of util. Part coming through just yet, so.
Kind of difficult now, isn't it?
Yeah, I was going to say that information could be key to Sentinels, but still. Kayak, eyes trained. Chronicle just on guard as well, on the front line.
Like, not going to go deep enough to dissuade Kayak, but feels very indicative still of this pathing towards the B site, right?
30 seconds
Kron
left.
getting curious. Spots out one, there's more. And yeah, he's farming them up now. Fnatic keeping 5 standing. A valuable timeout for them just had a moment ago, getting them back on the same page.
The connection here, off rip with the Hunter's Fury. Not sure if it was the snake bite or actually the yeah, the snake bite comes through.
Hold on.
Again, Lorraine just squishy as anything.
That's insane, bro.
Seconds left.
Away, and again, it's a risk-free approach to an anti-eco, effectively. Sure, you could argue it's a big ultimate to draw out, but...
Chat, Sen is just... Sen is an org pisses me off.
Touching distance here of Sentinels who call a timeout themselves.
Again, if you're looking at Sen here, they do have 4 ults all to play. So if they have maybe something they want to run here, a set play in mind with these ults, Mike, they could certainly do it, but also they need that ethos check-in, right? Maybe a little bit of a change up here.
Potentially here, something with the lockdown, with the Hunter's Fury being used on the anti-eco, so...
Very true.
After this, no turning back.
Maybe look towards a set piece, obviously A, the easier one in that regard, but plenty of tools. Obviously the age-old lockdown into a pit. Now actually the operator... Curious to see how Kayak does approach some of these areas. Back on the board, struggled early on, but certainly with the 3K on the Blade Storm, he'll be feeling himself.
Also good to get that momentum building back for themselves too. There's a drought of rounds, right? That conversion, when you're looking at the bonus, can really knock you for 6. That can take that confidence out of them straight away. And Sen would have been grinning about that one. They were up out of their chairs early. You saw it very quickly how much impact Narrate was having. John QT doing really well. Now Fnatic showing signs of life. 3 to 4. Timeout called from Sen, but plenty of cards to play now.
Might even be a mid-piece here, with 3 players stacked up onto this barrier. Not necessarily seen any presence shown just yet, and Zekken not necessarily struggling, but a slow start here on Icebox on the Omen. Just with the turret early on, so just forcing the adjustment. Can't sit back on that util. Will draw the eyes of both Boaster and Alpha. Kayak tucked in with the operator here.
Maybe a nicer line to work off if that Dizzy is coming in. He can at least kind of duck into a bit of cover, maybe not give away the position.
Almost with this setup anticipating lockdown to be used.
Oh my goodness. Oh, what a great stun. Oh, almost killed him. Don't have my molly too.
Respect having to be given by the lockdown layers. So a reset here, but a man to the good for Fnatic. The post plant strong though. Zekken's HP is a factor. Only on 3 at this point. But they're playing on site here. They're not backing away.
We'll concede this space,
I mean, this would be good if they could properly hold it and not like die or whatever. Oh my god, Bowser died. Nice Narrate. Nanti John. Oh my lord, bro. This is such GG's, bro. Like, what is Sen doing, man?
Fnatic now.
Sees Bang falling as well. Removes the pit from the table. As rough as well, because Zekken, I think this snake bite lands and he just has to eat it. Yeah. Down so low because that operator tag. Crashes. Beautiful cleanup from him. All tied up now. 4 apiece.
That feels good after a timeout too. That was meant to be tailor-made, right? That was the best plan coming in. Maybe called by Kaplan, maybe more of a conversation from John QT, but it was that conversation, and here's a switch up.
As soon as Sentinels show presence on mid now, Fnatic actively looking to counterbalance that.
Here.
Show their faces and plant their flag. And actually post back on a very deep angle behind this A site. Set up here from Sentinels.
Sen still have, okay.
At this point, I think Sen is only good against like Chinese teams, bro. Like, oh my god, we got picked up. Nice narrate. Nice, John. Okay. Goddamn kayak, man.
A 1v3 kayak, really?
Okay. Finally, we got one more round in the bro, I'm so pissed off.
Crassy's caught completely off guard by John QT scaling up so quickly underneath him. That's Alpha unable to tuck his
Chat, you know what I need, chat? I'm not gonna watch. Okay, for 3 rounds, okay, chat? I'm not gonna watch for 3 rounds. I wanna see if they do good without me watching.
Sen find a response here after 3 unanswered rounds.
And don't you guys say they don't know you, little bro. I know they don't.
You still have the pit. So with a TP from Zekken as well. Now back on the res for Chronicle, so not many ultimates in play.
John's just got his though.
Yeah, make that an extra one. Oh, command now for John QT. Fnatic have found this space once more in mid. Kayak in the same position, but this time able to play in the cut effectively.
Again, he was on that flank before. He was quick to it too, so this feels like it's likely, even though maybe Alpha trying to break the turret gives them sense of calm. There was nothing calm about that. That was quick as hell. Kayak takes away the hero of the previous. John QT down. That's also the ult removed. That's a big piece of the puzzle. They could play on site if they want to. It looks like they fancy a bit of that. Alpha's still there. Up towards Rafters. Not this time. Bang! Fast himself. Now trying to scale up cleanly. Alpha can deny the plant. And now problems for Sen. Gotta put bodies behind this here.
Now, actually, Fnatic can try and reinforce the hold here. Alpha under a ton of pressure, but he's not cleared.
They just sent the paranoia and didn't clear it. That's not good enough, but still a 2v2. Spike in hand, and TP is out of there. Zekken wants safety. A secure plant is what he'll get.
Big gap, though, between him and his teammate. Zelsis now picking up the pace a little bit. Crashes and Boaster paranoid of a lurk. Sentinels able to regroup here.
Crashies has key utility. So much to play in here. Still paranoid about maybe closer players. Zekken waiting, swings it, spotted. TP's out, gets away. Boaster trying to creep forward. Couldn't snap in time. And now down to Crashies in a 1v2. It's looking like Sen are back in charge.
Totally in sync there from Zelsis and Zekken. Safe plant comes through on the back of the TP. Zekken able to get the hell out of dodge. Beautiful adjustment here from Kayak, but I guess Alpha maybe one more from this position. Makes it a little easier, but it's Chronicle falling there, standing to face Zekken. That opens this up. And Sentinels follow through. 6 on the board for them.
Placing swarm grenade.
Rifles except for the Bladestorm here on the side of Fnatic. No command and a pit here for Sentinels. There's only Boaster on guard here on B main.
They're trying to speed up, it looks like, Fnatic clearing out deeper towards A so they can free up the rotations, but he is in a really precarious spot, Mike.
So with the ultimate here from the rate to pave the way. Spam coming through from Boaster, but not finding anything. Actually, yeah, bang, sorry.
He took a lot of
That's
damage.
10 HP.
And Alpha's still really close by here. Considers the swing and oh, it's huge. Denies the plant and gets a body dropped. Flank now on the way. Sen need to really secure this. Almost turtle up for a second. Pause, trying to catch a player. Kayak, careful. Doesn't want to overdo this, but Sen now scrambling forward. Spike back in hand. A punish! What is that? Quan and Boaster both in unison. Just cashing the push-up. Punishing Sen, wanting that safety. Leaving Zalsis in a 1v4. Not a hope in hell. Fnatic nearly getting back on level footing.
Boaster happy to stand his ground here initially. Again, a ton of information actually that it's not an early flood into B main. Again, it's the timing of some of these gunfights that Fnatic choose to take just catch Sentinels completely off guard. I mean, some of these kills coming through, a little PS, unfortunate for Sentinels, but so that chip damage really paying off.
Big ult still here for Fnatic too. Rez online for Quan. Alpha's got his and Crashies. That's 3 heavy hitters. On the other side, you have Bangs there. Didn't really get the chance in that last round to bring it in after being taken so low. Obviously, Narrate used his, as did John QT. So, scaling up as expected. This is something we've grown used to now from Sen. Oh, Boaster, careful. Always caught that timing, but from afar, that is gorgeous from Crashies. Good connection, couldn't quite find another, but big info and big damage.
Tags here, Narrate down to 45, John QT down 70. Bang on a stinger now implies he's going to try and get up close and personal in his pit. Pause. It's a cut sound here from Sentinels, but Fnatic not moving. There's no threat elsewhere with Kayak posted up with the operator.
Yeah, he's got that nice deep line on the other side. He feels strong enough to sit for one. Here's that lockdown. They put them under a little bit more pressure to play out towards yellow. Get a bit closer here. Force their hand. And Boaster prepared for it. Zeki trying to make a bit of a play on the back, but no. Plant's going to come down nice from Narrate. Viper Spear laid in, but Alpha fast. He's closed the gap quick. Oh, what is that from Narrate? The hero set needed. John QT, just a shot in the back of Crashies. We noted how far away Kayak was. But what is that? What in God's name is that? But it may be for nothing. Kayak would have to be a hero, and it's not gonna happen today. Zalsis keeps Sen in the lead on this half, 7-5. A competitive showing between the two. Exactly what we wanted in this map 3.
All right. Yo, let's go 7-5. Okay, earlier was like what, 6-4 or 5-4? You know what, chat? It's okay. Well, since we have a couple seconds left, I'm gonna take a quick bathroom break and get some water. All right, I'll be back.
To 7, Fnatic putting up a fight, but Sen staying in control. Now on the side switch here, do you have faith in Sen closing this now, or is there enough left in the tank?
I mean, it's a tall order. You always talk about Fnatic, never ever out, regardless of scoreline. I think here on Icebox as well, the same discussion to be made. Sentinel just edging out an advantage here in the first half. Certainly a concern. John QT standing tall and proud at the top of the board here for Sentinels. Maybe asking for a little more from players like Zekken and Bang, who numerically usually deliver. So flexing onto the Omen for Zekken. I wouldn't say opportunities limited, but certainly seen other duelists really shine in that role, and that is a comfort factor or not.
For the Coinbase Econ report, of course, you can see there that Crash is leading by quite the margin, it looks like. So, you know, bang for the buck.
Certainly is. See what the approach is here from Fnatic in the second half. Whether or not Kayak be able to continue to keep Fnatic in this. See safety in this composition as well. We're looking for clean plants, able to reset away. So on the back of the wall really from Chronicle here in the pistol round.
Here we go. Right into it in the second half. We're in the final map between the two. SEN now on the defending side, of course, Fnatic have to pick it up on attack. Slow and rather methodical beginning. You have to get used to that tempo. We know that Fnatic play at their own pace. The Knife going to find nothing after John QT's early contact.
And certainly in terms of pacing as well, there's not going to be any surprises in how Fnatic approach this. This composition. But giving up A here, maybe toying with the idea of exploration towards mid, or some pressure coming through, but Boaster now.
This could be an issue.
Certainly could. I mean, happy to sit back and play towards a retake here. Deep investment of the wall, actually. Now Swarm's popped. We'll be able to get the plant here regardless.
Oh, 5v5 post-plant in pistols. God damn. Here we go. Double stacked up. Oh, sorry, triple stacked up. It's like, can't get away from my man. How dare you. Need to find some security here, though. I do want to see them stabilize for this post-plant.
There's no flank coming through either, so this is all in from SEN.
Christ, look at that paranoia. If they were a little bit closer, it could have been lethal. But Fnatic still hold the numbers, and the smoke is wondrous to work in. Narrate can't quite find him, leaving just Zelsis outgunned here and outnumbered. Fnatic getting the first.
On the board here, and Boaster on his feet. Looking like they might tie things up here to kick off the second half. Again, looks like that's going to be the approach, or just the pistol round here. The Sentinels. You can check that if you allow Fnatic to get this clean plant, reset back into deep post-plant positions. Really bang that can cut sightlines here with the wall. Plenty of tools for Fnatic to lean back on.
Alright, chat, I'm back. What's happening, chat? Is it winning? Are we losing?
Actually, yeah, maybe
what's happening?
A little bit of aggression towards B main. The utility down from Alpha, going to keep that in check.
Yeah, it certainly should do. He only has the ghost.
What the hell? Wait.
His starts getting cleared, so he's feeling that there's someone nearby, but they're already rotating. But by now, look how close Fnatic are. And there's big guns out on display. Kron's got one, Kayak's got one, and so does Crashies. So they're the three that can't really afford to fall. And it's simplistic in approach, Mike. They're not making too much of it. Alpha going to catch Zelsis trying to hit that rotate round on the flank. And we're into 3 players remaining. For SEN, this wasn't a round you were expecting to win.
Certainly not. Well, they can do any damage, but with the smoke going up and really huddled outside heaven, don't expect them to be charging on here, maybe feeding into ultimates that make Fnatic's life even easier. Alpha's on the hunt though.
Hello. Oh,
the first. And
what's he doing now?
Falling now. Actually, Crashies following through here, but
you don't lose that gun.
Certainly don't want to lose the rifle now. If Boaster was up here potentially with the stinger, different story. But 4 survive, and Alpha just bringing a ghost in here. Like I said, coming forward, finding a kill outside B main, and then falling.
Yeah, ticking the box.
Extra kill. Decent progress made.
We're all even, Michael. 7-7.
Chat, this is bad.
Yeah, and I want to talk about pressure between these two, because normally it is a bigger conversation, right? And
Chat,
yes,
I need to get food, chat. I'll be back. Chat, hold on, honey.
Sort of maybe at best. But these are experienced
frustrated
teams, right?
as I watch this game, because we just keep losing, bro.
It is only Boaster still standing. But these are the big boys, right? When you're talking about these two teams, memes. None of them are slouches by any means. They should be able to keep their heads calm, keep themselves cool under this pressure. It's now tied all even. It is game on between both of them.
I don't think
All right,
catching
chat,
on
be back.
anything here. Zekken posted up, clean on the first.
Very
dip
nice.
away, but and a 45 HP does have the regen. No res here from Chronicle. So we'll have to continue plow on as 4. Zekken setting up for the paranoia. Yes, slow work once more from Fnatic.
They've been testing Sentinels' patience the entire game, it feels like. Zellsis rewarded as well. Locked in towards punishing middle. Yeah, Alpha's slipped ahead, but there's still utility here. Yeah, maybe if they got Zellsis down, it'd be a different scenario. It's not the case. So what's the game plan? So scattered throughout this, Mike.
Is Alpha rewarded here? He's actually not dealt with the turret. He's waiting for maybe somebody to show. Now have a chance over the top of Boiler, potentially. Yeah, Boaster can lurk ahead here with the Poison Orb.
I mean,
they can almost pinch onto B. But Zekken still
30
finding
seconds
success.
left. You thought you had a better shot at it, but it is still Zekken stood there. Everyone else from SEN went over towards A pretty much. And Fnatic not getting any fair fights, it feels like, for them. They have to dig so deep for these players. Smart work. Alpha nice. But again,
10 seconds.
to try and get any further would be surprising. Yeah, caught up in his own utility, really making a mess of that. Budokron 1v4, perhaps? Not to be. Nice spacing from SEN. And the awareness here, Mike. I mean, it's not flashy Valorant at this point,
No.
but SEN know exactly how Fnatic are trying to play this.
Sure, certainly just trying to force the hand of Sentinels, force them into being decisive themselves, but Sentinels not biting on the bait. This mid piece really rough. I mean, if you don't find an engagement, the other side of it,
boys, come on.
it's tough to then just charge towards B because Zekken has so much space. There's nothing to kind of pick up the slack towards B main. Operator in the hands of Alpha, yeah.
I mean, we saw what he did on Chamber.
Yeah, yeah.
But we know that Boaster can op, obviously Kayak can op. Alpha, let's see if he's got it on the Killjoy here. Again, Rez is there for Kron. Narrate up towards 410 though. Willing to hold belt. The rest of the map, they're getting curious. Down B long, wanting info. Zels is still patrolling towards mid, but they're close on this A site now.
Kayak relaying information there with the sound cue, but probably unaware of Bang's position here. Actually, a little jump over the top there, surely spotted by Narrate. They do drift away. Yeah, very sweaty Valor in here.
Oh, yeah.
Just waiting for a peek to punish, but able to actually push deep enough to get a wall up.
Any swing? No, couldn't get a swing off that. I thought maybe with the Dizzy going up, they could have maybe caught someone, but still held towards backside. The plant's gonna come down, but they're so close here. Bang, considering the punish. But Kayak got his buddies back. That's a fumble, though.
Actually, yeah, luckily, no pressure coming through there because Kayak ain't that vulnerable.
Ooh, this is getting really tense, Mike. You can see it, you can feel it. Drifting closer, Paranoia goes in, but an early swing from Bang goes down. Effective trading from Fnatic. Trying to take back on the site. SEN can't stick the landing. Zekken falls. John QT forced to back away. Fnatic playing the better game of this. Scaling up well together, trading in well if they felt that presence. But this style, Fnatic happy to play with.
Bear in mind, Sentinel said they were expecting this, right? This is how they knew Fnatic were going to approach today. Fnatic seeming to find some success with it in the second half. This is so tense in some of these situations because you can see Sentinel's almost just apprehensive of when to pull the trigger on some of this utility and get the ball rolling. Maybe some early round aggression to remove some of that comfort with so many bodies standing.
Just didn't stare. That's it now. He's evolved. But it's probably the reason for this timeout. Again,
absolutely is, yeah.
this tempo and pace, like, I mean, if you look at regionally, like Americas, there are teams that play to this sort, I don't want to say to this extent, but they do play a more methodical, slower game style, but they can then scale up. They do play like a bit of a more variety to it. You look at G2, who are kind of the, you know, very, I guess, meticulous in approach, a little bit more patient. And obviously SEN are well aware of how to play against it, but here against Fnatic, they're taking it to kind of extremes, right? Very slow,
really
very steady.
This is way slower than actually traditionally we see Fnatic play even, so you can see they're really dialing into that approach.
I mean, how many 5v5 post plants have we had at this point, right? No, it's every step is very hard fought for, very cautious. I mean, Alpha was up on towards pipes with that operator deep before even contact happened. That was, you know, it took so long to get there. So Sentinels maybe needed to check in, get their heads straight on here. As it has been 3 rounds to Fnatic's name against only the 1 response from SEN so far.
It's just not there for Sentinels either. It's going to be Narrate bringing the Sheriff to the party here. There's only really Zekken with Bang sitting with anything notable in the bank behind this. Triple of the orb though. Getting Narrate just 1 away. Maybe a little bit of aggression, as I said, but Alpha will find Zekken. Strips away that, Kayak doubles down.
Oh, it's clean stuff here. That's what happens when you try and get aggressive against this sort of pacing. Kayak now caught though, denied by the Dizzy. Narrate trying to puff out the chest a bit, try and control that space. He's done very well.
And this is the sort of round that Fnatic are almost baiting Sentinels into playing.
That's the dream. Oh my god, Alpha. Bang took a step, he was like, maybe I can help out Narrate, maybe not. And Alpha, combat operating up the line. Narrate tries to take a second target inside, Kayak looks a little easier.
Still swinging though.
Yeah.
Plant hasn't come through just yet. Kron does have the res, so look to maybe get Kayak back on his feet. Not necessarily needed here, as we can see on the minimap. Celsius and Narrate probably considering the save already. A 2v4. Certainly not comfortable. Would feel like a roll of the dice. Let's try and get this started.
This has to be a mentality reset as well for SEN. Because Fnatic look locked into this. And they just tested out what it looks like if we go a bit aggressive.
Yeah, like I said, this is the sort of round that Fnatic are almost begging Sentinels.
Oh, come on. Yeah, have a
dangling a carrot
hey,
almost.
You want to take some map control? You want to get an early
Stop
pick?
us from sitting outside this site.
Please. I dare you. And well, they tried, and you saw how well that went. So Sentinels need other options. They need to go deep into the playbook, get a good grip on what's going on here. But it's hard, it gets riskier and riskier as the game goes on. Fnatic now up on 9, as the slow and steady march back into this series carries on here. And look at it again, so aware, so ready, and so quick though from Kayak.
My ultimate is ready.
Frustrating as well, because these sorts of rounds it becomes harder and harder to justify that aggression with the finances, the inventory, and really the bigger picture cost of that. Now with Fnatic knocking on the door of double digits here. Need I remind you, the decider and the elimination on the line for 2 big names here in Toronto.
They're trying to get a bit up in their face again. And if I don't say it feels obvious, but it feels like they're trying to then say, okay, Fnatic, okay, come on, re-clear, do the same sort of thing. We're ready this time. They've got 3 players here now, actively looking, playing on 410. Sorry, excuse me, just below, down by Maze here, John QT on that corner, Narrate.
On the filthiest angle in the map. Looking up towards Belt. Nobody's there, folk.
And the silence feels so oppressive, doesn't it? Because you've still got Alpha's ult here. If they want to invest it, they can. They can leave this late and punish this push-up, potentially. They don't like what they're feeling here. Something feels off.
Leave Alpha posted here and maybe consider a rotation. Or even just find contact elsewhere on the map.
But it's hard to have confidence even in the lack of contact because of how they're playing this.
Got to do something quick though, down to 30 seconds and
30 seconds left.
Again, confirmation of 2 members of Fnatic still.
20 seconds.
Yeah, this is looking a little weird now. They've got to just run on to B site and plant.
Celsius, get ready! 10 seconds, and the spike is still down towards B long. And what? Fnatic, that is outrageous! You're getting away with this. Zekken, JohnQT, and Narrate nearly falling asleep during this round. Surely, good lord, how they meant to be this focused for so long. Zekken still trying to find a player here. But you've still got Alpha's ult if needed. Yeah, they clear close, but that deeper line, that operator still in play. Paranoia is there, Flash still there, but they got to get going. Hell, they had to have cleared yellow by now. It feels, look at Boast's position, almost offsetting Zekken's. And yeah, it absolutely has, because JohnQT felt safe and secure, but Zekken now outnumbered. And again, Fnatic controlling the tempo, controlling the time. And Sentinels can't be everywhere at once.
I mean, that just looks so uncomfortable. You come back just as Chronicle's making this cross in mid. It certainly doesn't feel like Fnatic are teed up to convert.
Last one down.
But then 2 kills found, and things crumble for Sentinels.
I'm getting a bit nervous now.
I'm very nervous, yeah.
Look at this half. Look at the timeline.
I mean, look at the purchases as well now, forcing back in on this. Nothing left in the bank.
And this is going to test Sentinels, their mental, over and over.
Like you said, it's almost like they're playing to force Sentinels to make these desperate decisions late round. Because they're just left guessing.
And Fnatic will be reveling in this, won't they? Loving it. Knowing that they've got that time always on their side, even though it felt so late. Now we look at what Sentinels can do to try and hold this back. Double stacked up towards that kind of top and lower side. Nice from Narrate. Takes away Kayak. Here we go.
You will not kill
But again, that res has been in the back pocket for some time. Zekken goes back in. Brings it back to the grave. And you're right. Where was the support in this?
It's almost leaning into the game plan here, this comp. You can allow somebody to take a hyper-aggressive peek, but that res has to be safe.
Stalling out. Oh! You madman, Alpha! You should never be able to get away with it, and he does. Locked down now on top, 35 seconds, but we've seen how late they run this. Hell, they could be going B for all we know.
30 seconds left.
Locked down now, going to secure the cross for the plant, and Alpha is feeling absolutely out of his mind in this round. Still dug in deep here. Kron watching that top side, forced away. Angle better for Sen. Hard fought 4 steps here though, and Alpha getting left more and more on an island. He can't escape. Bang removes. A heartbeat found in the Sentinel side. But Crashies and Kron still standing. Smoke on the spike should draw the attention. They're playing it calm. Now the second attempt at the defuse. Composure from Kron. Oh, it's stunning. The reveal is perfect. This is outstanding from Fnatic. Zekken has to try and master, and he can't. Another stride from Fnatic.
And now, just the mental of Sentinels has to be broken in tatters from how these rounds play out.
Look
with
at that.
Alpha doing things like that.
God, they played this so well. Good God.
Alpha up at 21 and 12. Having a standout performance here. Bladestorm here, Pit here, Hunter's Fury. The other side for
Watching him is like poetry in motion today. Lethal about it though. Feels like he can't miss, and Sentinels silenced in this matter. They've got to dig deep here. They're going to need someone to ignite a spark.
Utility littered ahead of Alpha there. Boasted are coming through and probably plant the seed of a B site hit. Fnatic now heading that direction. Alpha finds another
Chat. I'm disappointed. I went to go eat. I was watching. Terrible. I don't know how SEN is losing this game. They had the best comms ever. We have 3 blinds. How are we losing this?
Mental must be on the ropes at this point. How do they fight back in to try and deny 12? I don't know if you can.
No, I mean, it looks like as if it might even consider the pit. Certainly going to force Sentinels into a position where they have to hold on to these weapons. They forced up once more.
They're on the
Second,
ropes.
nothing in the bank. John QT, 100 credits. Ultimates to play with, but Alpha's on the hunt.
He's having a worldy game, is Alpha. Oh, God!
My God.
No one can stop him right now. Look at that smile. Look at this man. He's still going. Even Jake's up. Even Boaster stood behind him just watching this happen. Gets caught in the end, but that is just madness we are seeing here. Kron found Narrate 2 at the very end, Mike. This might be a death rattle from Sentinels of a second half. Fnatic on the verge of sending them home. And a monstrous performance from Alpha.
But 24 and 13. A map where previously some of his greatest moments.
Yo, chat, Alpha's feeling it, bro. 24 and 13. Bro, Sen is a fraud, bro. Just send Sen home. Don't even play no more, bro.
Who knows as well, because the purchase is so uncomfortable for Sentinels.
And the deeper knife might be giving away that they tried to play up to this fantastic. Dark gonna come in. Is Kayak ready though? Players nearby. They swing.
Nice.
Digging deep here.
Big comeback.
On the spray. Not gonna do enough. They get to live. First time they draw first blood without a quick trade.
Chronicle no res here either. So can't get Kayak back on his feet. Alpha still on the hunt. Scope in hand.
I'm terrified of him. So should Sen. For now, he carries on. The disrespect! No fear shown from Alpha this game. He's drawn 3 players just to deal with him.
Look at the respect he's commanding. In terms of util, in terms of pressure. Try and shut him down.
Wow.
Gets a heal as well, so back into a much healthier position now.
35 seconds though. And Sen have the man advantage. It feels like we've been saying this for the first time in a while. You can see the Crashes trying to draw them away from the safe side.
Sentinels know now not to bite.
Yeah, they're learning their lessons here. They've had to learn it the hard way, but 20 seconds, it can still go any which way.
Placing swarm grenade.
Alpha, the one to be stepping in here. Paranoia perfect. Fantastic work from Sentinels.
Oh.
Second and bang when they need them most, doing enough here. I don't think Kron and Crashies can do much now. A lifeline given. Second.
Let's play time.
As the clock
Nice.
ticks, Sentinels stay alive.
Trying to just prevent potentially the upgrades here, but Zelsis will come through.
Big
2 with the
work.
stinger. Up to 9 now. 3 left to find and walking the tightrope. In terms of the economy here, Kayak removed early on from this proactivity. Sentinels
You know, chat.
showing grit and resilience
I'll give.
here.
I'm not gonna lie, guys. Fnatic is not losing this game.
That's fine, that's fine. Nice kills, boys. Let's go.
To be able to kind of keep themselves feeling in this after what's been a very hard half. You can see the scoreline yourselves. We go back through a 12 to 9. Sen. It always
Chat,
feels like
Fnatic is not losing this
with
game.
This team, they can pull it back from the brink, but Fnatic
I don't
right
care how
now,
much jinx I'm gonna do. How much I'm
Alpha
gonna
at a
cost.
new high almost. And the weight of the world
But
here
Sen is not winning this
does
game.
go towards B is on Zels's shoulders. The one man on this site. Yes, John QT could catch a cross, but this is a lot.
The finest of margins are able to slip through.
Oh my god.
Turret dealt with, but it's actually Boaster underneath Tube, so a little bit of misdirection here. Zelsis, yeah, he's hook, line, and sinker.
Wow.
That might be enough. They've got the keys to the
Now that B
castle
control now.
They've got the full sight. They don't even know the level of success they've just found. This could be heartbreak for Sentinels,
GG's.
but they're going to give it everything they have. But the final boss of Alpha has just caught bang. Kayak, the Guardian on duty, takes away second. As John Q.
This is GG's. Chat, this is GG's. Like, I don't know what to say.
And it's playing to Alpha's song right now. Narrate, digging deep, but it's
Sen is actually terrible.
Fnatic came, saw, and conquered. Sentinels left in ruins at 13 to 9.
What a game, chat. This is
Toronto. Sentinels eliminated. You've got to feel good about that if you're a Fnatic fan. Dicey along the way, but a beautiful approach here on map 3, just to really almost just suffocate Sentinels.
It was. It felt like that too, right? That really oppressive attacking style they brought out was so hard for Sen to deal with. And again, you saw how great Sentinels were on their attacking side, but it just wasn't enough. And it will be where the road stops.
Sen is probably gonna be probably 5th place.
Round 2 history there. Meeting again today, Fnatic
Terrible.
have the upper hand, and they get to keep themselves still breathing here in Toronto.
Down! A long time since we've lapped up a stage celebration from Fnatic here. A statement made. I was going to say it again,
Hi, Dex.
Alpha, just absolutely phenomenal.
Fucking terrible, bro. I spent 3 hours watching this shit just to watch him lose. Fucking insane.
Just in total control of so many of these rounds.
Yeah, he was having an absolute stellar performance. Again, this team, strength to strength here. Kaya keeping up as well. I think everyone would have had their flowers throughout this, truly.
Alright, well, chat, that's it for today. I did my stream. And yeah. Alright, peace, guys.